The title for tonight's podcast is Kerouac.
Just another Tuesday.
We are taking over.
Happy Tuesday, podcast.
Let's fucking do this thing.
This place about to blow.
Come on, Slavinsky!
The PanelsOnPages.com podcast network is here to cover all of your pop culture needs.
2 words, nerd boner.
From comics to television to movies to wrestling,
Fuck wrestling.
your favorite PCN hosts will keep you entertained all week long.
Boobs, boobs, boobs. Peen, peen, peen.
Put me in charge!
He's Gandalf!
Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, look for the Pop Stars on Facebook and Twitter, and be sure to join the forums and become a member of the population.
Oh, there we go.
Are we recording?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, no. For some reason, it's like Skype Recorder has been watching the IT crowd because it only works if you turn it off and on again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Paul. I was at work because it turned out one of my co-workers is a big fan of Friends, so it led me talking about about your tale of being in there, and then trying to explain to her the mental image of you running around screaming at everyone, "What happened to the tellies? What's wrong with the tellies?" She had no idea what the fuck I was talking about. I've seen Arnold Schwarzenegger did an interview with a fucking meerkat.
Yeah, I saw that.
I've not actually watched it. I just saw it as a link on Facebook, and I was like, what?
Simples. Me.
Simples, yeah.
Simples, yeah. I get your insurance. Yeah.
Can I get your insurance on my chopper?
I beg your pardon?
You had me. I kill you.
Is that coming?
Get to my chopper.
Let me put my chopper inside you. What?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
And then we'll just move this one off.
That's his sultry voice. Yeah.
You're a maid. Yeah. Check out my chopper. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Wear a uniform like Betty Boop.
Check out my glamour cinema. Yeah. Right. Andy, have you got comics news?
Oh shit! I probably should.
Oh, for God's sake, you've had all day, lad.
Told ya. I've already, I've got a story. In fact, I'll put
Once
up
upon a
in
time,
fact,
Andy didn't get any comics news. That's the story.
I'll pull up an actual news page for it. Dun, dun, dun.
You've only just got in. You told me you'd be online at 9:30, so I was panicking trying to get a show together at 10:50 when you messaged me.
Right,
Oh.
yeah, I'll just pick that one.
Yeah, well,
There we
I
go.
also figured that when you said, "Oh, we're putting a show together, like we're recording a show today," I figured that you just make the notes earlier and just be waiting for us to come online. I thought that was how it normally work.
I make them about an hour or so before we start recording.
Well, I didn't know that.
You should have done. Pillock.
That way we have up-to-date news, even though it's usually about a week out of date by the time the episode goes up.
Yeah, Andy.
Well, I'm sorry. One of you can fucking edit next time.
I ain't got time. Some of us have, awesome things to do.
Well, there you go.
Like safe on the moon and attack Donald Pleasance. I don't know.
Huh. So, someone tweeted, Facebook is the refrigerator of the internet. Because you keep going back to it, expecting something to appear that he'll enjoy. I was going to say the internet is like a refrigerator because there are lots of girls inside.
Welcome to Daredevil.
Good. It was a comics joke, Paul.
Was it?
Yeah. Women in refrigerators.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Again, that's the exact opposite of this.
Oh God, Paul's.
No, that wasn't me.
Paul!
No, that was me knocking over my M audio interface with my foot.
You sure you weren't falling down the stairs?
Yeah, you would have heard more. It would have sounded more like this. Ow. Ow. Arg.
Joseph!
Not only can it get me off, it can open a tin if I get lost at sea.
Nobody got an erection until I put on the balls.
We come in peace. Shoot to kill.
They came like a bolt out of the blue to discuss everything in geekdom. The Popcast Network proudly presents the attack of the 50-foot nerds.
Hello and welcome to episode 53 of the Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds podcast. My name is Mike Bell, and joining me this week are two other nerds who are of the 50-foot nerd variety. The first one is that one over there with the hair.
Jon Snow!
I'm joined by Channel 4 newsman Jon Snow, and over there is... Zombie Jesus! I'm joined by Zombie Jesus, who sounds more like a smackhead, if I'm honest. I need a fix, mate. I came back to life today.
Have you got any smack, Harry?
I need a fix, Nagini.
It's fucking
Have you been dredging? Hello, Harry. Are you chasing the dragon? I did that in the fourth film.
Oh, yes.
I forgot. Can I offer you a goblet of fire? I did that in the fourth film. No! I forgot. How about...
Can I give your pet gnome a sock? He's not a gnome.
I did that in the second film. Oh, bloody hell! Oh, God, I tell you what, let's just get a takeaway.
What about...
Can I order you a phoenix? I did that in the fifth film.
Oh, what about if I got a table where food magically appears? That's in the first film! Fine, let's take a steam train. That's in every film!
How about waving a wand? That's in every fucking film as well.
It's in every frame of the bloody... Forgeticus! Now, would you like to chase a dragon? What's a dragon? Success! Why have I got a big lightning bolt on my head? Who are you, anyway?
Why have I turned Yorkshire?
I'm Uncle Voldy. You've come to stay with me.
Why are you making weird noises, and what's with the pet snake?
I have my hand down my trousers.
I was going to say, is that a euphemism for something?
Happy Easter, everyone.
Yeah.
You started early.
You know, Easter, the day that Voldemort returned.
The day that Voldemort returned to touch himself in front of Harry.
Yeah, that's the one. Cedric Diggory died for your sins, and Voldemort came back
on Harry.
Yeah, for Harry. You know, and yeah, there was a head maze.
Drug mule now, Harry. Quick, get this bag and stick it up your ass so we can get it across the border.
Keep farting a lot and it'll become like a hot air balloon.
They're really bad when you have to stop on your broom at barrier what the fuck is it? Barrier control.
At M6 Junction 14 services.
What?
When you have to stop on your broom.
But this
It's
one's a
not-
good one.
what's
It's
it
got a
called?
Burger King and a KFC, Harry. As well
That's
as a
finger licking
welcome
good,
drink
that is.
cafeteria thing.
Has it got a Costa coffee?
No, but it's got that one of those crappy machines in the petrol station bit.
If
No,
you're
none of them.
if you're good, Harry, I'll let you have a go on the claw machine.
I'll get you, Gadget. Next time. Next time.
Why do you keep saying that?
touching me?
That's not a joystick.
Speaking of which, have either of you
That's
seen
Dr.
that
Claw's
new
sex
version?
voice.
That wasn't the cat, no. That was just him.
That was Dr. Claw having an orgasm.
I'll get you. Get it. Next.
Are you okay, boss?
Just pass me the tissues and leave me alone. It's my private time.
My claws gummed up.
Oh, God.
Somewhat like your face, Andy.
Go, Gadget, sex toy. Oh, do you know what? We saw what his hands could do. We saw what his feet could do. We saw what was on, what his hat could do. But we never saw what, if he unzipped his fly.
Go, Gadget penis.
A big hammer comes out or something,
It'd just be a spring.
Or it's like a pig, he's got a coiled dick.
No, it's like a corkscrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Literally screwed with
but it's actually a corkscrew. He can't have sex anymore, but he's really good at opening wine bottles.
Yeah, that's one of the things. When he takes the tips of his fingers off and he's got a corkscrew under one, a flamethrower thing under another. There was never a dildo one, was there?
Because most women would prefer it to be thicker than just one finger.
Yes. That's true. That's true.
Ah, the Swiss Army dildo.
Imagine if they actually fucking made one of those. It's like
got a tin opener on the other end.
Not only can it get me off, it can open a tin if I get lost at sea. Why have you taken a dildo to sea? I don't know. I've been dredging
on the open seas.
I've gone dredging with me husband.
Hey up!
Anyway.
Someone's lost in the sea.
Anyway,
not
should
you.
we? I'm looking for a ghost. He's been
Have you-
punching babies.
Have you seen me sea whippet?
I've been down at sea mines again.
It's a dogfish.
Anyway, should we
Hello
actually?
and welcome to episode 53.
Hey, you know what I've been thinking about? You know how in the last
what the fuck
episode
is-
we said we're now in the new 52. We've
Here we are.
rebooted our continuity.
Yeah.
You know what I really like about that? We can finally wear our underwear on the inside.
I was doing that anyway. The fucking hell were you
Me
doing?
too.
Well, in the old continuity, just like Superman and Batman, we were wearing our underpants on the outside.
Who's we? You got turd in your pocket? Oh, well. Anyway, yes, this is Attack of the 50-Foot
It's
Nerds
Paul and the
podcast.
hobo. Safeway pass in me pants.
You know my name is
Superman.
Sidekick.
You got to change.
Do you know my name is Batman?
Hobo versus Paul.
I like
No.
to move it.
Oh no, he's Eminem, isn't he? So it's Eminem versus Paul, Dawn of Justice. Now that's a movie I want to see. Oh my god. That's a Photoshop job for later.
Well, just like Eminem and Paul.
Yeah. I don't know, the perfect pictures he used for Paul as well. Oh my god, it's amazing. Right, that's getting done later.
Well, that reminds me, I still need pictures of all three of us so I can make us t-shirts.
What?
Why don't I make make the Eminem versus Paul picture, and then you can put that on a t-shirt?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Because Paul, I was hoping before that we next met, I was all
You mean
three of us.
Thursday?
Well, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I was hoping at some point to actually like find an appropriate picture, Paul, of you, and turn up next time we're in the same room together, just wearing a shirt with your face on it that just says Eliza Dushku.
It sounds like a magic phrase, doesn't it? You know,
Eliza
Dushku.
So, Harry, your first lesson in the dark arts.
Eliza Dushku.
Say, Eliza Dushku. And somewhere a cannon goes off.
What's the point of that, Uncle Valdi?
No reason.
Fucking Uncle Valdi.
Still can't remember, but
Doesn't matter.
You hit your head, Harry.
That's how you got that scar. Honest.
Now give me the cocaine lodged between your buttocks and we'll party.
What's that you're waving at me? Oh, it's a rape stick. What's that?
no, it's just the wand, isn't it?
You wait until tonight when you're asleep, then you'll find out it's a rape.
That night, Uncle Voldy.
Lubricationists.
That night, Uncle Voldy violated Harry with that wand. While in the other room, Harry and George did.
Why was Harry?
I mean, Fred and George.
Did Fred have the polyjuice potion on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fred was like as Harry.
Yeah, right. Okay.
He stole one of his pubes.
Not incest if he looks like someone else.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
He was trying to get Ron, but he got Harry instead.
Yeah, freaking Fred and George. One Luke creeps into the room at night wearing like a Groucho Marx glasses and a moustache. He's like, Fred, is that you? No, it's me, Groucho. Honest.
I've come to steal some of your hair. Cha cha cha.
Take my hair, please. You know.
Well, he just comes in dressed as a frog. It's like fucking.
Dressed as a frog.
He steals some of Harry's hair. Harry wakes up and is like, "What's going on?" He just stares at him a second, then just starts going, "Hello, my baby." Just jumps out. That'd be the weirdest fucking show ever. Oh,
It'd be even better if someone took the concept of a frog going, "Hello, my baby, hello, my honey," and applied it to a creepy baby with superpowers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, we are the Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds, as I mentioned 20 minutes ago. We do a podcast.
Yeah, I've forgotten about
sometimes. And you can get in touch with us. We're on Twitter at 50-Foot Nerds, or email us anything you want us to talk about. But I'll be honest with you, we can probably make our own stuff up. 50footnerds@gmail.com.
Yeah.
What have you been up to, chaps?
Paul,
Those drones say it all.
Paul, you go first.
Oh, yeah, I often do. That's not a good thing. I mean, as everybody's aware, since the last time we recorded, I've been off doing my onstage conventioning thing down in Trowbridge. Down in
the southwest.
Where's it?
Middle
Wiltshire.
England.
Yeah, well, middle-ish England, but that was nice. Lots of very cool people, and we've already put the first recording up from that, and there's various other people that I spoke to over the weekend who all I'll be putting up there. And some other people that I got to meet as well. Worth mentioning, I spent a lot of time with a lady by the name of Pam Rose. And she's bless her, love her to bits. She's barking mad. She's basically had a career as an extra back in the day, and the things that she's best known for is she was in the cantina scene in Star Wars in Episode 4: A New Hope, and
she was one of the instruments.
Play that same song. Okay.
And she was one of the command center crew on the moon in Space 1999 in Moonbase Alpha. So she goes to conventions on the back of those. But she'd done a lot of other stuff. She was in the Tim Burton Batman. She was in Superman. She's done Carry On. She did one of the Confessions of Her films. She's just done tons of stuff, and she's got so many stories to tell that you just can't repeat because, quite frankly, you'd get sued. So if you get a chance to meet her at a signing event or something like that, her name's Pam Rose, and she's very, very entertaining and definitely worth spending some time and stuff with. So that's all good. And then yesterday we had the MLG monthly meeting, and we had legend that he is, Tim Quinn there, who to a lot of people he's best known for writing sort of funny strips and that for Doctor Who magazine and that, but he's had a career way out there doing stuff with Marvel Comics and various other people, and we'll probably talk about him more a bit later. Plus we've got a recording of his thing that he did. That's not a euphemism.
He gave basically a presentation about an hour or so long, didn't he? And we're gonna edit that and put that out as a podcast. Need to just go through that a little bit.
Yeah, we just need to get our legal department to go over it first.
Yes. Because a couple of people.
And 10 minutes. We'll probably get about a 20-minute podcast out of it.
Yeah, probably. And you recorded some video of that, didn't you? That's going to be going on the MLGs.
Yeah, I videoed the whole thing, so it'll be up on YouTube at some point as well. YouTube.
Good times.
Yeah.
Myself, what have I been up to? I've not really been up to much, just mainly working and getting ready for... I go on holiday at the end of this week. I go to Mexico. And just to let everyone know, we are going to try and arrange a recording whilst I'm in Mexico. So you'll get to hear my tales.
There probably won't be as many rape jokes as when I was talking about C2E2.
Yeah, probably not the ape. We'll try and...
You've got to sell my wonderful pastry sausage!
I will ask the Mexicans if they know what a wonderful pastry sausage is. And, yep.
And then get murdered.
Yeah, I shall let everyone know how my South American experience pans out.
Central.
So, you'll let us know about drinking it with the worm.
Yes, exactly. Andy.
Yes.
What about you?
The two major things that have happened is I've been at a recording studio recording an album. With Fornius. We've been in an actual acoustic recording studio. So we've been able to use real amps and running
instead
one
of pretend
guitar
ones.
Instead of walking around going
the past ones we've been using something called Axe-Fx, which is like an amp modeling piece of kit that goes with you run it into your computer and it can model pretty much any amp. But so you just plug your guitar into that and it models the amp and the cab and all that sort of shit. Whereas we've actually been using our proper guitar amps and properly miking them up and using an actual drum kit rather than you. What?
I wasn't miking anyone up.
You weren't.
No.
No. Well
Anyway, carry on.
And using an actual acoustic drum kit and doing that rather than the electric kit and re-triggering it and shit like that. And it's just because it's through all analog stuff like this is at GN Studios in Huddersfield. Kerry, he's got the same mixing desk that they used that the guy used to record Thriller by Michael Jackson, and he's got like fucking 60s bits of kit like the Beatles used and shit like that. He's actually, one of his spare amps he's got is actually one that was custom built for fucking, oh shit, what's his name? Bloke with a Slash from Guns N' Roses.
Bloke with a Slash.
No.
Zombie William Hart will bounce along to any of that.
Yeah. No, I was going to say bloke with a top hat from Guns N' Roses, but then I remembered his name, Slash.
Oh, Lord Farquhar, yeah.
Yeah. What?
What a monocle.
So we've been using that and messing about with tape delay, which is fun. And the other thing is I started reading A Song of Ice and Fire, so I can finally...
Messing around with tape delay?
Yeah.
No.
Let me press the button to make you talk slower.
You've been reading Song of Ice and Fire?
Yes. But yeah, we've been reading A Song of Ice and Fire, so...
Are you enjoying the book?
No, it's shit. No, no, I have been enjoying it so far. I've got to the point where spoilers for anyone who hasn't read it, although you probably watched the TV show, so I'm massively behind where you are. I'm currently at the point where Daenerys has got married to Khal Drogo.
You were playing with
that's
tape
much
delay?
better on telly.
Pardon?
I said that's much better on telly.
Oh, is it?
I said you were playing with tape delay.
Yes, you were.
Oh.
A wormhole.
Why is it better on telly? Because you actually get to see the fingers.
What?
A white hole?
What do you mean, what?
Anyway, carry on.
No, at the end of that chapter ends with him only being able to say the word no and her going, "Finger me, please!" Basically.
Yeah, even though it's on the telly, you still don't see that.
Well, I'm not surprised.
But
She's
you
13.
you do see well, she's not 13 in the TV show.
Well, I figured not. I figured she wasn't, purely because all the characters are older in the show. Like, I was reading the book and it's saying Jon Snow's 13, and then I watched the show and I'm like, he's got a beard. I'm pretty sure he's not 13.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
I haven't even hit puberty yet, that's why.
I don't know who the...
Let me go beyond the wall. I'm a man now.
I don't know who the book says that he knows nothing. I'm still waiting for that. Although the problem is, thanks to the internet, I keep, like, whenever I get to a point that someone says their catchphrase, I'm just like, he said it! It's like, I'm reading through, and it's like, Eddard Stark, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, is that the bloke Sean Bean played? And then he went, then Winter is coming. I'm like, he said the words. At which point, yeah, but Ed Stark was the first one to say it. Ned.
Ned.
But then,
I'm Ed Stark.
But then, one thing, I was reading it, and then I realised one of the jokes in Mad Eye Movies Phantasm actually makes more sense to me now.
What was that?
You know, where I say, I came from up north, and then you say, winter is coming. I thought that was just a random Game of Thrones reference, but it's because I came from up north.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Bloody hell.
Although it also made me realise why I really like the Starks so far, because they're basically the Game of Thrones version of Yorkshiremen.
They are, yes.
It's great. It's like they talk like this, and they've got whippets and shit. Well, they've got direwolves, not whippets. It's the same thing. They've got dire whippets.
Well, where's Sean Bean from?
Well, exactly.
So,
See winter it coming.
up in Dredging.
Winter's coming.
The winter at seas. It's coming.
Yeah. But yeah, it's while I was reading, I thought, I know, I'll start watching the TV show to get to points that I've got to in the book. So I was like, I wonder how far I can get in the show to where I've got in the book. I got 18 minutes into the first episode and had to stop. I'm like, okay.
You know what they want to do is they want to do, like sometimes, like when you were a kid, you used to get them. Well, you can, like you get with birthday cards, you open them up and they play music to you. They want to get a Game of Thrones book where you open it up and they open the first page. It goes. That'd be balls while I was reading the book. That.
To be fair, that's one thing. That's another thing that happened this week. I've managed to get a Plex account because my brother has a Plex server and he's got like loads of TV shows and shit on there. And I was looking at the menu on my phone, and it actually did that. I was going, oh, I wonder what Game of Thrones episodes he's got. Clicked on Game of Thrones, and as it's telling me about everything, it started playing the theme tune. I'm like, how the fuck is this doing this?
Yeah, we use that to stream stuff from the computer to Kath's Kindle.
Yeah.
It's a very useful bit of software, that.
Ooh. Yeah, definitely, it's pretty cool. Although, so far, all that I've done is used it to watch the first 18 minutes of episode 1 of Game of Thrones, Samurai Pizza Cats, and Dragon Ball Z.
Nice.
Yes. Samurai Pizza Cats are also have more adult jokes than I remember. Because I was watching it, the first episode with Connor, and there's a bit where the white one and the blue one that I've forgotten the names of, were fighting over a girl. And then, Speedy and Guido, whatever his name is. Yeah, I don't think that's his name. I'm just making them up. Fighting over a girl, and then the two girls that run the actual shop. One of them's like, "Oh, look at them fighting over a girl again," and the other one goes, "Yeah, tomcats. You can't live with them, and you're not allowed to drown them by throwing them down a well." I'm like, Jesus Christ!
That is a bit, yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck? And then later in the episode, one of the evil crows is like watching the city be destroyed, and he laughs and says, "This is more fun than throwing water balloons at a drowning man." And I'm like, Jesus.
Okay.
That's a bit dark.
Well, that's what we've been up to this week. I just want to give everyone a bit of a heads up as to what is to come in the immediate future for the 50-Foot Nerds. We're recording this episode today. This is Easter Day as we record.
And we also put out a video today.
We did put it, well, yes, yeah. Andy just put out a video today on the 50-Foot Nerds YouTube channel. Go and watch that.
I sing about Jesus.
Yes, he does. Later this week, the three of us are going to be getting together again. We're going to be in the same room, and we're going to be recording an episode. We're actually going to be guesting on someone else's podcast, are we not, chaps?
Yeah. Let's see if the same thing happens as last time when it was multiple nerds guesting on someone else's podcast, and we just took over the podcast.
Yes, most likely. We're going to be guesting on
we have a bad habit of that.
Yeah, our friend Joe, aka me and Steve Dave. His podcast, the Lexicon Pod. We're going to be on that, and I won't say what we're going to be listening to, but it's going to be a bumper episode. Let's put it that way. Chaps,
well, it's going to have to be with us involved.
However, it is a slightly watered down version of us because his show is an all ages show. No swearing.
Oh shit.
Yes, get it all out now.
Okay. Fuck. Wank. Hunt.
Bollocks. Fuck.
That's all you had, didn't you? Wow, okay. Okay, so, yeah, we're going to be doing
Testicles!
that.
Piss in my jizz and call me Margaret.
That's a good one. Right.
Camel come and fucking dolphins.
Okay. And once we've finished that...
Belgium!
Andy!
Oh, that reminds me. That was another thing I saw. Thanks to you guys, I realise I've been talking to you, or Paul at least, too much. I've been paying too much attention to your references because I was looking through Facebook and found a load of people talking about going on a holiday to Belgium, and the only thing I commented was, "Mark, watch your language." And everyone was just really confused. Although I did manage to get one of the residents at work to consider reading Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because she was. We were talking about it being Good Friday at the time, and then I started talking about. She started laughing at me when I said, "Oh, it's great how we celebrate the day when some bloke got nailed to a tree for suggesting we should be nice to each other for a change." Then she started laughing, and then she says, "Where's that from?" I said, "It's from a book called Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy," and then explained the plot. And she's like, "That sounds quite exciting. I want to read that."
Cool.
I was like, "Go on then."
So after we've guested on Lexicon Pod, we are then going to sit down, the four of us, and record an episode of 50 Foot Nerds. And this episode will be accompanied. We're going to video it as well.
Yes.
So we're going to put the episode out as a podcast and also throw some video up on the YouTube channel. And we're going to be playing, Andy, there's been a slight change since I last spoke to you. Okay. We were going to sit down and play Gloom together. However, we realised that would take friggin' days. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something a little bit more on the dark side. And we're going to do 50 Foot Nerds play Cards Against Humanity.
Ah, so we're going to do that.
Yes.
Fair enough, because me and you in the same conversation were talking about making 50 Foot Nerds set of cards for that.
Well, I do have some blanks in my expansion pack, so I'm going to write up some 50 Foot Nerds related questions and answers.
Nice.
To go in the deck. And,
cool.
So that's what we're going to do. So, Paul, if you can bring your iPad with you for that so we can record some video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
You mean audio?
No, video.
We don't need to record the video because I'm bringing my camera.
Yeah, I'm talking about multiple angles.
Yeah, I'm bringing my camera and I'm bringing my brother's camera.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, all right then.
I'm gonna. I'm borrowing one of his cameras, and I'm gonna set it up so we can have a consistent recording, multiple angles. So one camera is pointing at two of us on one side of the table, and one camera is pointing at two of us on the other side of the table.
Well, all right then. We'll do that. We'll bring your iPad anyway, Paul.
Yeah.
Okay, to get any extra angles, does it record in HD?
Yeah.
It's an iPad.
Well, I don't know how the fuck iPads work.
Yeah, it's because you're not on the Apple train with us.
Yeah, if it works anything like any other Apple product I've ever had, it'll go, "Oh yeah, you want to do this? Oh well, I can't run that. Break."
No.
That is what's happened to every single piece of Apple hardware I have ever used. My iPod broke. My fucking external hard drive and router broke. And after talking to Brendan, who's been on the show before, he has been an Apple fanboy for fucking years. He said, "Oh yeah, they're built to do that, so you have to buy a new one." So fuck Apple.
No, we like Apple.
Yeah,
those are just Andy's words. So yeah, so you got that to look forward to from the
fuck you, Stephen. What's his name? Steve Jobs. I'm gonna piss on your grave.
You know. So that you've got all that to look forward to. So join us on Lexicon Pod in a week or so, and also check out the 50 Foot Nerds Do Cards Against Humanity episode that we'll have coming up very, very soon. But of course, that's all in the future. Let's talk about what's been happening recently, and let's start the show by talking about people in geekdom.
Shriek in terror! It's time to discuss people in geekdom.
Alrighty, first up in People in Geekdom, we've got an old friend of ours. It's Daniel Craig.
Marmalade!
He's undergone some surgery this week after injuring himself shooting
the jar of marmalade.
Yeah, he injured himself shooting the upcoming James Bond movie, Spectre.
I tried to eat this marmalade too fast and cut my face!
Well, it's called Spectre because it's all about Christopher Reeves coming back as a ghost to scare him.
Ah.
Yeah, he's like, James Bond! Boo! And he went, I'm in yeah, he's the same.
Family doesn't work on ghosts! No! Give me a baby!
Yeah, he's hurt his knee and basically went to New York for a, quote, minor procedure.
Oh, wow, fucking.
Luckily...
Look, Daniel Craig gets in the news from, and he's like, I hurt me knee, and Harrison Ford's like, I crashed the fucking plane, you twat!
Yeah, but he's out of hospital now. He came out of hospital this week.
Who did? Harrison Ford?
Harrison Ford, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Daniel Craig, luckily he's had his surgery during the Easter break of filming, so it shouldn't delay anything by much. Have you guys taken a look at the trailer for Spectre yet?
Yes, the teaser that they've put up, and
boring, innit?
So
I've not watched it.
It's just teasy. They're not going to put all the big exciting stuff in it straight away.
Yeah, well, they'd literally been shooting for about a week by the time they revealed the trailer. So they didn't have time to do it.
But it's interesting that they're sort of picking up from stuff from the previous films.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, here's some stuff that actually relates back to Skyfall.
Yeah,
so,
if you look back on if you look at the beginning of the Spectre trailer, you see the destroyed MI6 building from Skyfall, which is quite nice. It shows that they haven't actually had time to put everything back together yet, which was nice. Have you seen Skyfall, Andy?
No.
Didn't think so.
No, I've never been too fussed about it.
Have you seen this film that they call Dr. No?
Actually, no, I don't think
I was in it back when I was a young man.
Although, I'll be honest,
old and cranky.
I've never been that fussed about James Bond films.
Well, fuck you right in the arse.
It's like the other day they were showing them on telly. Yeah, and there was the one with what's his name, Tim Thingamajig.
Tim Thingy, yeah.
Timothy
Taylor.
Dalton.
Timothy Dalton, that's it.
Tim Brooke Taylor, yeah.
Yeah. It had him in it. It was the one with him in it, and that's the first
Bill
time
Oddie
I've ever seen any of. Yeah, they were watching badgers.
Yep.
They were herding those wild, retarded Jesus that smear mud on themselves.
There's a reference.
Yeah, that no American will understand. Smear cold mud on me.
Well, speaking of that guy, let's talk about our next story. Andy, play a sounder.
The famous comedian Arnold Braunschweiger.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
My nipples are very sensitive.
Alrighty. Arnie's been back, and he told you he would be. He appeared on Good Morning America, and was promoting the new Arnold Schwarzenegger vehicle, Terminator. What's it called? Terminator Genesis. Yeah, where he teamed up with Phil Collins, who won an Oscar, and they're gonna sing songs about Jesus knowing them, and about how they can't dance or walk.
What?
Yeah.
They're working on the sequel already, which is Terminator Exodus.
Yes, yeah. It's and then there's going to be one final one in the trilogy, which is Terminator Revelations.
Oh yeah, that's the one where Scott Mosier plays an old-timey pugilist.
Yeah, that's right, and he grows to gigantic size to.
And then he has to
fight.
he has to fight the Terminator while powered by ragtime piano.
That's right. Yep. Anyone who doesn't understand these references is going to be like, what?
Yeah. Speaking of which, that reminds me, I realised I've listened to too much Smodcast recently as well, because I saw mention of Finding Nemo, specifically the turtle from Finding Nemo. Paul, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then you were like, whoa, and then you were like, whoa.
Me and Mike had this conversation on the phone, and I found out that even though I'm the one who doesn't watch movies, he's never seen Finding Nemo.
Yeah, God forbid,
What?
I haven't seen one movie in my life. How many?
How the fuck have you not seen a Pixar movie, though, dude?
It's just always escaped me.
But
I've got
it's
it
a
on myself.
Pixar
I can
film,
see it
and
right
you
now.
have
I can see it right now. I've just never watched it.
you have kid, and
I have,
it's a
I have
Pixar
kid.
film. You have kid.
Singular.
Yeah, you do. You have kid.
I
And
laughed, can't laugh.
Pixar film, and
It's a joke for Joe.
yeah, and you.
Yeah.
I've
never
terrible.
seen Finding Nemo.
Anyway, I was saw reference to that. Paul, when you think of Crush, what do you normally think? Like, what first comes to mind when you talk?
I immediately think of I immediately think of Neo finding out he can do kung fu.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay.
I'll be like, damn, you can do kung fu
yeah.
shit now.
For God's sake.
Damn, that guy good at kung fu. He'll be all like, yo, take this pill or I'll kill your ass. And he's like, damn, I better take that pill. If you take the blue pill, you can go back to normal. And if you take the red pill, you'll fall down the rabbit hole. Machines! And he's all looking around. He's all like, yo, there be that black dude. And he's like, yo, there be that bitch. And then he'll be all like, yo, there's that guy from the Goonies. And then there's that guy who says a lot of random shit about humans being a virus.
Anyway, yeah, thanks to Smodcast, whenever I watch Finding Nemo now and see Crush, all I hear in my head is Kevin Smith chanting, "Chicken of the sea! Chicken of the sea!"
Yeah, man. I'm eating a cream egg. Sorry. That's going to affect my Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. I didn't think you were going to be done so quick. Now, Arnie was asked about Terminator Salvation and about why he didn't appear in it. Now, Arnie didn't appear in the movie.
Me last time we were in bed.
He wasn't in the movie, but there was a CGI version of Arnie.
Yes.
However,
he said that too.
he wasn't a fan of the movie, and he says that.
God, don't tell everyone our bed secrets, Mike.
Sure. He said that the movies that he was in, he says they had their own personalities and interesting storylines. But he thanks God that he wasn't part of the fourth movie because it sucked. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Arnie wasn't a fan of Terminator 4. Which, to be fair, it ain't the best movie in the world anyway.
It wasn't awful. It was a hell of a lot better than Terminator 3.
Well, isn't Terminator Salvation the one where we were talking about the alternate ending and said that would have been better?
Yeah.
Yeah, where originally it was like, oh, John Connor dies, and then that weird cyborg Terminator guy, they're all cyborgs, but you know what I mean. Yeah. A guy who doesn't know he's a Terminator goes, put me in his skin!
Mm-hmm.
And then he becomes John Connor. That would have been fucking cool. That would have been an interesting way to go with the film, but then they fucking chickened out.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing like with I found out about the Ninja... I only just found out with the Ninja Turtles film where everyone said that... I still thought that, fucking the guy who plays the accountant in Drive Angry.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that guy was Shredder, but then seeing a Nostalgia Critic review of the new TMNT movie, I found out he isn't Shredder anymore, apparently, because...
Have you not watched that movie yet?
No, because everyone said it was shit, so I didn't bother.
You watch bloody reviews of the movies, but you won't watch them themselves. What's wrong with you?
Well, let's see. Everyone
I
said
can make a list.
Everyone said that movie was shit, so why would I watch it?
Because that's your job.
No, it isn't.
Hi. What function do you serve on the YouTube channel, Andy? What's your main purpose?
Reviewing movies that I want to review.
No, you're a movie reviewer, are you not?
Reviewing things I want to review, yeah.
Let's see,
I wanted to review
the show.
Yeah, I wanted to review Airwolf, and you said no.
Because it wasn't an official movie.
I'm still doing it.
Anyways, Arnie didn't like it.
It's my show, I get to make up the fucking rules.
You don't friggin'... Hello? It's your show. We come to record tonight, you didn't even have any friggin' news stories ready.
I only just got in.
Oh, well, you had all afternoon.
I'm sorry, I have a child.
I am too. Time for movie news.
No. Hang on. There's a people in geekdom we need to do because it happened shortly. It's a story that happened shortly after we last recorded.
Robert Sadar's dead. He be graveyard dead.
No. It's a more important graveyard dead. We haven't done Sir Terry.
Oh yeah.
We need to talk about.
Okay.
Sir.
Make it brief because I'm dying for a slash.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Hang on, sounder.
Okay.
My son is dead. My son is graveyard dead. Graveyard dead. Graveyard dead.
Okay, we're going to take the mood down a little now because not very long after we last recorded, it was announced the death of comedy novel legend that he was, Sir Terry Pratchett, has finally passed on, taken his final walk with his one of his major characters, who just happens to be deaf, following his living with early onset Alzheimer's.
Yep.
They announced it on Twitter with
apparently those were
a very short story. Basically, it was Terry and Death meeting for the last time, and it read, "At last, Sir Terry, we must walk together." Terry took Death's arm and followed him through the doors and onto the black desert under the endless night. The end. And I started reading Pratchett about 20 years ago because I was working on a stage version of one of his plays, one of his books with sisters at university. And I just sort of started from there. Over the summer, I managed to catch up with everything via my local library, and I've kept up with all of his books ever since then. I'm proud to say that I've met the guy. I've got a VHS tape somewhere of some footage from a signing that he did when I lived in Colchester, and I was doing a sort of video production course at the time. So I'm going to dig that tape out because that footage has never been seen anywhere else, and I'm going to do something with that. Hopefully, maybe get that up on the 50 Foot Nerds channel. But very, very sad to see that he's gone. But he lived such a life. He gave us some fantastic characters, some fantastic books. Radio 4 are going to be repeating the recent adaptation of Good Omens that he wrote with Neil Gaiman, the book he wrote with Neil Gaiman. And, it's, if you've never read a Terry Pratchett novel, you don't know what you're missing. And, it's like he'll never be gone because there's so many books there. I mean, how about you guys? Did you ever read his stuff? Or?
I've read some of it. I was mostly familiar with the Discworld stuff due to the point and click adventures back in the final days of the Amiga and the PlayStation.
With Eric Idle as Rincewind.
Rob Brydon, David Jason. There was loads of voices in there. It was great. Rincewind and the luggage and everyone at the Unseen University, and it was great. It was a great game.
Yeah, and he was always a big. I mean, he was in some as a writer, but also as a person, he was very much like Douglas Adams, because he very much liked his computers, and he was an early adopter of the internet and that. Because when I was at university, it was all like the Usenet news groups. So I always still think of him as P. Terry, because that's what he was on Orphan Pratchett, Terry. And he always had a good relationship with his reading public and his fans, via the internet. And of course he was on the Twitter and what have you. Absolutely fabulous fella.
Well, it's like I commented on my sister put it up saying that he'd passed away, and it's like I said, it's like you've got to admire someone who, when he becomes a sir, most people just go, oh look, I've got a title. He went out into his garden, found loads of into the fields behind his house, scouted out loads of iron, and got a blacksmith to forge him his own fucking sword.
Nice.
That is the kind of dude that I have to respect. And also, one thing that you guys will like with the talk of the internet, have you guys... Yeah. Have you guys read Going Postal?
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm yet to to dive into the world of the books completely, but I do have them on my Kindle now.
Fair enough.
Just for the record, I actually have proper physical, all of them books, including some of them signed. So yeah. But anyway,
they did do a TV version of some of his work, didn't they?
I think Going Postal was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did the Colour of Magic, Going Postal, and there was another one which I can't remember off the top of my head. Father. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Going Postal is the one with Charles Dance in it as Vetinari, the leader of Ankh-Morpork.
Right. Yeah. Yep. And David Jason appears in them as Rincewind, doesn't he?
He's in the Colour of Magic.
Yeah.
And he was Death's servant.
Yes, in
Hogfather.
Yeah.
But with Going Postal, one of the things in there is there's a rival system to the post office, which is the clacks.
That's right,
Yep. And one of the things that happens in the book is there's a murdered, the people who operate them are called clacksmen, right? Mm-hmm. And one of them gets murdered, this guy called John Deerhart. So they they basically put a hack in and honour his name by sending a message that says GNU, John Deerhart, that basically means the G means that the message needs to be passed on, N means that it can't be logged, and U means that it's got to be returned upon reaching the end of the line. So that means his name is going to be indefinitely up and down the clacks as a way of remembering him. The internet, being the wonderful thing it is, has done the same thing for Terry Pratchett. So,
really?
Reddit users of... there was originally a thread called GNU Terry Pratchett on Reddit that was trying to get keep the thread running indefinitely, but new rules meant a thread could only last for 6 months. So what they did was they changed a load of places, changed the HTTP code for their websites and shit like that. So when you open it, it basically a header comes up that says X clacks overhead GNU Terry Pratchett. So whenever anyone goes to that website and gets forward, or that page gets forwarded and shit like that, Terry Pratchett's name will bounce around the internet in that form forever.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
There have been lots of tributes to Pratchett, especially amongst geek culture in various ways. But the one I'll mention is that Elite Dangerous, the game the latest version of the fantastic game that I think we all played back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because it's now a sort of open universe, they've added in a Pratchett's Disc starport.
Nice. Cool.
As a satellite location that you can go to, and if you look it up, there's a screenshot online for those of us who don't actually play it. But he will be much missed. But with his body of work, it's like he'll never truly be gone.
There's plenty of books, the TV adaptations, the radio adaptations. We were just talking about one yesterday. Good Omens with Neil Gaiman. The game.
Yeah, I mentioned it just now, yeah.
Yeah. And and there's plenty to work your way through, including one final novel still yet to be published.
Yes, there's one more to come. It's a Tiffany Aching book.
That's right.
And I think that's a good place to, it's good that Terry ended with a Tiffany book, because the Tiffany Aching books were very much, they started out as
spin-off of the
they were supposed well they were supposed to
be
the
young adult
sort of young adults, but
basically Terry Pratchett does Twilighty kind of.
Yeah, but they worked in the end, and we followed this character as she grew up over the course of the books, and I think it'll be a good place to finish. And there's other stuff of his that I haven't read. For example, I haven't read the Long Earth books that he wrote with Stephen Baxter and that. So it's not like it's not like he's truly gone.
Yeah. So Terry, you will be missed. He'd be graveyard dead. But let's talk about now some people who aren't and are still active in the entertainment industry by talking about their work in the upcoming section called the movie section. Huzzahs!
Thrills and chills abound in movie news.
Okay, first bit of movie news this week is we all found out a little while ago that the Deadpool movie was greenlit and was happening, and we had our first photo from the movie appear online on March 27th. It was a photo of Ryan Reynolds in the physical Deadpool suit. It's not.
Well, they say Ryan Reynolds. It could be anyone.
No, it's confirmed to be Ryan Reynolds in that photo.
But you can't tell because it's the full Deadpool mask.
That is true. But it was confirmed to be him. And so, what do you think?
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's spot on, isn't it?
It's Deadpool. What else? There's
even the sexy pose.
Well, it's Deadpool. Would you expect anything less than a costume reveal to be in front of a roaring log fire?
On top of a bearskin rug.
Exactly, yeah. It's perfect. It's absolutely. I love the white eyes. I love, it's spot on. It's absolutely spot on. Now, this week there was a couple of, basically because we had April Fools. Ryan Reynolds was leading us up to the April Fool's Day by basically saying it looks like Deadpool's going to be a PG-13 movie. We're trying to fight against it, but it's looking that way. And he came on April 1st and went, yeah, it's been confirmed, PG-13. Which then the Deadpool guys, they released a video later that day, which was an interview with Ryan Reynolds on set, speaking to Mario Lopez by video link, talking about the Deadpool movie, at which point the discussion of it being PG-13 comes up. Ryan Reynolds visibly looks uncomfortable with talking about this. And he's like, look, it is what it is, blah, blah, blah. And as Mario Lopez is basically saying, oh, yeah, it means more kids can go and see your movie, that kind of thing. Deadpool walks behind him. Here's what's being said. Walks off screen. Comes back, walks off the other side of the screen again, carrying something large in his hands. And comes back on and smacks Mario Lopez around the head with whatever he's got. I don't even know what it is. It looks like a big printer or something like that. And tells him to go fuck himself. And at which point the Deadpool movie was confirmed as an R rating. And it was confirmed that that was Ryan Reynolds in the suit. In that clip as well.
Nice.
It's online, you can go and look at it. It's great fun to see it. But yeah. Deadpool will be an R-rated movie, which means we will have swearing. They are filming now. The first scenes to be filmed are taking place inside of a strip club.
Perfect.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds has been on set with quite the scarring on his face. Not to the degree that it should be for Deadpool, to be honest with you. But he does, because you've got to still make him recognisable as Ryan Reynolds, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does have quite bad scarring over his face. So yeah, we it looks like we're getting quite a faithful Deadpool adaptation.
Mm.
And of course, it's got Marina Baccarin in the movie as well, and that's no bad thing. Nah, in my book, she's fit. So, and if anyone wants to see her basically with no clothes on, go and watch the first episode of Homeland. Yeah.
What's her name again?
Marina Baccarin. She was in V.
Okay.
You remember V? She was in the remake of V.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just.
She was in Firefly.
She was, yeah.
Inara. If you'd have said that, I would have knew who you knew.
She's in Gotham.
Yes, she's currently in Gotham as
Leslie Tompkins.
Yeah.
I just watched. I caught up with those episodes.
What do you think?
And I thought Marina Baccarin in Gotham, awesome. Marina Baccarin as Leslie Tompkins, awesome. Leslie Tompkins snogging Jim Gordon, nah.
Yeah, but when you see what they've done to Gordon's, well, it's not his wife, is it? But
yeah. Turned
now
her
his sister.
Yeah, they turned Barbara into a lesbian druggie.
Yeah, I'm not happy with that.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
But
you gotta watch the show, dude.
yeah,
Barbara Gordon is a lesbian druggie.
Jim Gordon's love interest, Barbara, what's Essen? No, not Essen.
Not Essen. Sarah Essen, you're thinking of.
Yeah, because that's the captain.
Yeah.
Barbara, whatever her name is a druggie and is fucking Rennie Montoya.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you've got to watch the show, dude.
Okay.
Sorry.
Achoo!
Jesus. Sorry, cut them out.
No, zombie Jesus.
That's when I put the cocaine up your nose, Harry. Get it back out for me. Sneeze in my mouth.
Gesundheit.
Oh, God.
Harry!
Yeah, Marina Baccarin, she's also on The Flash at the moment.
Oh, she?
Yeah, did you know that, Paul?
No, I didn't know that.
She is the voice of Gideon.
Oh, she's the voice of the computer.
She is.
Is she not credited then? Because I've not seen her name in the credits. That's why I wouldn't have noticed that. Then.
Not credited.
Ah.
Yeah, it's good, that, isn't it?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, God, I can't wait for you to see the Trickster episode. Just.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. And
not even for the Trickster, though, that's the thing. There's Harrison Wells stuff in it. Oh,
yes.
Oh. Or should I say, Eobard Thawne.
Yes.
Now that I can talk about that. I've wanted to tell you that for weeks.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey.
Yes. Anyways, we're going to stick with DC. And speaking of Flash and what have you. But this time we're jumping to the cinematic universe. Because Zack Snyder released the photo of, in fact, no, it was from Entertainment Weekly, do beg your pardon, a photo of Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg, confirming he be bald.
Of course he's going to be fucking bald.
Well, we didn't know. We didn't know whether he was going to have a full head of red hair, and then it was later going to fall out due to exposure to kryptonite over a prolonged period, or what, you know.
Nah. They had to go with the bald, and yeah.
Do you think, because there was reports of him having hair on set, do you think that he is bald but because he is like this billionaire,
he wears a wig.
Genius. He wears a wig in public because he doesn't want to know. He doesn't want people to know that he's bald at such a young age. Like the vanity of the man.
Well, they did that in the Christopher Reeve movies, didn't they?
Well, he was a criminal genius there, wasn't he? He wasn't.
This was in between Christopher Reeves.
But he was bald, but he wore a syrup.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they
wore syrup.
A syrup of it's rhyming slang.
Yeah.
Syrup of figs, wig.
Oh! So I thought you were just like, he walked on, it's like Superman's like, I've come to defeat you, Lex Luthor, and Lex Luthor's just
syrup on his head.
No,
Feel my sticky wrath, Superman.
He just pulls out a bottle, throws it over. He pulls out a bottle, throws it over to Superman, and Superman, what's this? And then Lex is like, pour syrup on me, Superman. He just, I don't even know who.
Batman.
I'm not Batman. I don't care. Just rub syrup on me.
I love it when superpowered people just rub me down.
Batman doesn't even have superpowers. Whatever, just rub syrup on me. I like a man in costume with syrup.
You've got to wait for time.
Pour some sugar on me.
Yeah.
In the name of love.
At least put me in jail in Canada, eh?
And that's the point Gila Point breaks in going, you've stolen all of the
That's it, he stole the world's supply of syrup. That was it. Have you seen Tusk yet, Andy?
Of course I have.
Oh, good. What did you think? I don't know. I don't think we've ever talked about it.
Oh, it's fucking fucked up.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, because I remember, I thought we had, because I said I'd watched it. I just haven't watched it with you and Joe's commentary yet.
Oh, right, okay.
And then, because I was going through, like, looking for all the Smodcast references.
Yes, that's right.
Although one thing I have to say since then is, like, the whole movie is really good, apart from the whole cheating angle, because that really made me, after that, I was just like, well, at this point, I just hope all the characters die horribly.
Well, yeah, there is that.
But other than that, it's a fucking cool film.
Oh, God. Oh, keep sneezing.
I take it you like the cocaine, Harry.
Yeah, I just can't stop sneezing tonight.
Well, seeing as a sneeze is supposed to be 1/8 of an orgasm, you're pretty much done for the night now.
Yeah, I am, yeah.
You'll be asleep in about 2 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, God. I'm going to go again. Oh, God. Are we done?
I don't know.
Oh, God. Someone has to count how many times I've sneezed there. Oh, God.
Yeah, I think you're on to multiples now.
Oh, God. Anyway. Next up. Oh, God, Jesus Christ.
I think we found something to... I think we found an episode title.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
1/8 of an orgasm.
Douche.
Oh, yeah,
God's sakes.
That reminds me, speaking of titles, you know, my boss, Hot Boss, as Mike called her.
Yeah.
She had a Facebook status. What?
Carry on.
Right. She put a post on Facebook asking she'd seen some TV show about like grannies with toy boys or something, and she was trying to remember the title of it. There it is. Let me look. She said, anybody know what that TV program was called last week where old women had toy boys? And someone put, oh, the one I saw was called 50 Shades of Grannies. I took this as an invite to start putting ridiculous titles. So I started writing, so I put, was it called Dude Don't Shag My Nan? and then put, get me a G-MILF, then put from cradle to the grave. And she was like, it's called Nana Love. And then I just kept posting going, is it called Mabel's Desires? Is it called A Cup of Tea and Some Lube, Sonny?
Could put that in your will and smoke it.
If I think of any more, I'm going to keep posting on it until she tells me to stop.
Until she presents you with your final warning.
Yeah.
What? I go to work and she's like, you're fired. What?
It's a pity it wasn't about old gay men, because it could have been called Gummy Bears.
I thought that was cucumber.
Oh yes, to beg your pardon, yes. Anyway, yes.
I was gonna put one on there asking if it was called Deep and Dry, but I realised that might be going too far.
Oh man. Right, carry on. I think I'm now done sneezing. It was Adam West was at Mad Monster Con. Adam West and Burt Ward were there, and Adam West mentioned, Burt Ward mentioned that looks like next year we're going to be getting a Batman 66 animated movie.
I'm going to sign it with my cum. Have you heard that story?
He said there's going to be one, possibly two animated movies. Adam West and Burt Ward will be back for the show, which is going to be interesting to hear how Burt Ward is going to play like 20-year-old Robin.
Yeah, so it's like, what
well,
do you say?
old chum,
yeah.
Are you calling me old? Yes, old chum. I am old now. I know, that's why I called you old chum,
It'd be like, what do you say, old chum?
I don't give a shit what you say.
Can I be Nightwing now? No, because that means I have to get a Tim Drake.
In that case, I'm throwing you in a time portal and I'm being Batman.
Can't you just break my spine?
Why, yes.
Oh my god, it's Bane 66. You evil fiend.
I'm waiting for it to get to Bane 69, oh yes.
Gosh, why do you think I wear this gimp mask? Nobody got an erection until I put on the mask.
You know, if they did do a Bane 66, he'd be a Mexican wrestler, wouldn't he?
The bondage. I was born
Bane
in
was
it.
based on a Mexican wrestler. That's what.
Yeah, but they'd actually sort of revert him back to being a more traditional Mexican wrestler.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
I am going to break your spine.
You merely adopted the bondage. I was born in it.
Oh, dude.
Oh, you know, sorry, I've been meaning to mention this for a
reminded you
couple
of something?
Yes, no, the whole gimp mask.
Yes,
maybe.
No, I mean...
Right. No.
Bullshit.
Right, okay.
Run away!
So, right, you know, a couple of episodes back when I wasn't on, you guys mentioned a story about somebody you know.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it turns out that apparently, apparently I used to know the Gimp Man of Essex. I was lovers. No, right. So how this piece of information came up? I was up in Durham. We'd gone up to Durham to visit my ex and my oldest boys and that. And
the other week.
And but it came up in conversation. I said, "Have you heard of this Gimp Man of Essex guy?" And she starts giggling away, and I'm saying, there's photos of this guy just round the corner from our old flat and that. And Helen says to me, we know him. And he was a flatmate of a friend of ours at university, apparently. So we have actually done, and any other business about 2 people known to members of Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds.
Brilliant. Andy, you just need to find someone who you know. It's a bit weird.
Dude, everyone I know is weird. It's just that I'm the one telling the stories more often than not, rather than the news.
Get in touch with the news then, and then we can talk about it on the show.
What? I'll get in touch with Huffington Post. Hello? Huffington Post? Any chance of a story about me jizzing on someone's face in the woods?
You probably would.
Why have you put the phone down?
Why am I talking to a phone that's clearly not connected anymore? Hello?
Phones work, right? Hello?
You just shout loud enough and eventually someone speaks to you.
Hello? And it turns out, and then the operator's just like, put the phone down, I don't want to hear about your story about the cum. Oh, come on! Tasted great! No! What?
For God's sakes.
It's never going to get old.
Oh, like Adam West and Burt Ward. Alright. Let's talk about a movie that's going to be crap. We've had the Lego movie. We're getting the Hungry Hungry Hippos movie. We've already had Pegs the movie.
That's a real thing, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's coming.
Yeah. And Ouija the movie.
Ouija the movie, yep. And now, to complete the trifecta of awfulness, I'm trying to think what the other, well, actually, what was the first? Battleships, yeah, that was the first one.
Pluto.
I can't remember. Anyway, there's a crap one coming, and it's Play-Doh the movie.
Isn't that basically just a feature-length animation of Morph?
Oh my God, Morph the movie.
It's basically Lego the movie, but with Play-Doh, with plasticine.
How do you do it?
Morph.
Everything is plasticine.
No, it basically be. Have you ever seen that Meow Mao or whatever it's called? The kids show with the 2 cats.
The Chinese chairman who's a cat.
With the 2 cats are made out of the Play-Doh and shit, and the theme tune is like meow 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 meow. It's a kids show, but it'd just be a feature-length version of that.
Well, no, because then they would say, like, if it was based on a character, per se, then it would be like, like they did the Wallace and Gromit, it would be Wallace and Gromit, the movie. It would be Chicken Run. It'd be, whatever, one of those. But this is literally just called Play-Doh, about plasticine.
What the fuck's the...
Or modelling clay, whatever you want to call it.
Right. It's edible.
It
allegedly.
Is. Yeah.
Yeah. So it could end up
toxic.
It could end up as shit in more ways than one.
Yeah. That's what's happening anyway.
Yep. That reminds me.
By Paul Feig, who's the director of the new Ghostbusters movie, so that fills me with confidence for that movie.
Okay. That reminds me of a conversation I had with Alex, one of my bandmates.
If it's going to be starring in an amorphous blob, then that's Melissa McCarthy sorted.
Chick.
Yeah. But me and Alex were talking about Battleship, and he said he's seen it and he actually thought it was halfway decent. I said
no, it wasn't. I've seen it myself. It's awful.
And he's trying to explain it to me. I'm like, well, if they'd have called it something other than Battleship, maybe it would have made more sense. And he's like, oh no, you can totally tell it's Battleship. I'm like, fuck's sake.
Because the UFOs are designed like giant pigs.
Oh.
They are.
He said there was they used buoys in a massive grid to figure out where aliens were and shit.
Yeah. Because the radars don't work against them.
Yeah, and then there's something about Pac-Man, the alien ship eating ships or some shit like that.
Oh no, that Pac-Man movie's coming. That's Pixels. That's on its way, isn't it? That comes out this summer.
Yeah. Fuck's sake. But no, because of that, I was talking about the Hungry Hungry Hippos thing, and then me and Alex's mate Swaz, we came up with the...
Swaz?
Yeah, Swaz. Because his name is Tom Swales, so Swaz.
Because of course.
But yeah, no, we were talking about, and we came up with a plot for the Hungry Hungry Hippos movie, and we said it's kind of like Battle Royale, Hunger Games type thing, except it's in a massive arena, and like loads of people. It's like a post-apocalyptic future where people are like all the upper class people are watching, and all the lower class people get pushed into this arena where they've got to escape from these mutant hippos that have been bred to eat human flesh.
Have you seen adult Hungry Hippos?
No.
Oh my god, it's amazing. Basically, you know those little dollies, just like little bits of wood with tiny wheels on them?
Mm.
Yeah. Essentially, it's one person lies down on that, one person holds their legs, and the person who's lying down holds like a washing basket. You know, one of those little white ones.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the room, like tons of tiny football, you know, the small footballs.
Yeah.
Just get chucked in the middle of the room. And you have four teams of two, like one on the board, one on the legs. And it's that the person on the legs pushes them forward. They have to put the washing basket over the balls and drag them back and all this kind of stuff. It looks amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's a true thing. Go and look it up on YouTube. Go and look up. It's either called like adult hungry hippos or like life size hungry hippos or whatever it's called. But honestly, it's a real thing. Go and check it
The
out.
only way they're going to be able to make this Play-Doh movie anywhere near workable is by, well, the same way they actually managed to make Lego workable and pegs workable, by having Liam Neeson's cock in it.
That's very true.
What?
Liam Neeson's cock is in Lego and pegs. So.
Yeah, I forgot that Liam Neeson was good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
Also, me and Swaz came up with a plot for a movie about Jenga.
Okay, because that needs to be done.
Yeah, because that will probably end up happening if they're making Hungry Hippos. So it was basically the idea of people like this greedy corporation that's trying to make like taller and taller skyscrapers. So what they start doing is start taking parts out of the bottom of the building to build the top, and then the whole thing starts falling down. And it's a massive calamity, and everyone's like, "Why did no one see this coming?" and all this shit. It was basically the idea. It needs to be fleshed out.
Yeah.
But, we ended up.
That sounds interesting, at least.
Well, then the last thing that we had an idea for that we still need to work on was I suggested the next films we should work on were Buckaroo and Kaplunk. I haven't figured out how to make those into films yet. Operation is already every single medical show ever. Except for all that you have to do is just Photoshop in, like, whenever anyone's doing an operation, just Photoshop in a buzzer on their nose. That'd be great. Someone needs to remake House as Operation, so they just get every episode of House, but whenever they're fiddling about with a patient, just have the patient's face replaced by that fucking operation board. Because why not?
That would be interesting. It would be interesting. I'd watch it. Yeah. Right.
If I think of any more board game movies, I'll let you know.
Yeah. What's next? Right. Got some casting news now. We're going to be talking about Suicide Squad. There's been some more names cast in Suicide Squad. First up is what's the guy's name? Ray Olubuwale. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. He is going to be playing King Shark.
Ooh.
Who is confirmed to be a motion capture character.
Okay.
So it looks like he may actually be the human shark, as opposed to the Suicide Squad animated movie where he was just a massive dude with metal jaws. So we got King Shark, and Scott Eastwood, son of Clint, yeah, punk, is confirmed to be playing Steve Trevor.
Ooh.
Now, Steve Trevor, for those who are unfamiliar with the character, is basically the dude that took Wonder Woman's virginity.
Ah, yeah, that guy.
Yeah. He's Wonder Woman's...
I thought a tree did that.
No, I said dude, not tree. Unless Groot got there first.
I am Groot!
Is that what he sounds like?
We call this Entmoot!
Goosh.
To bring it back to a reference that we haven't made in a while.
Yeah.
I remember that from when we were first talking about that thing where Grant Morrison was like, "Nah, she's not a lesbian. I want her to fuck a tree."
It'll be great.
Shut up, Shiny.
No, it's Grant Morrison's
Fuck,
voice.
they think I'm a witch again. Time to go in the cupboard. I don't know why I've turned Irish for some reason.
Potatoes.
Oh God, I have a like one of the kitchen staff at work is Irish, and I feel really bad for her because every time she works, they put on potatoes.
Ah, but Jesus. It's alright.
I actually
I
almost asked her about a creaky knees once.
Nice.
I had no idea what the fuck I was talking
Jesus
about.
and Bigora.
Good jazz. Also, one other cast member. Well, Scott Eastwood is, as I say, confirmed for Suicide Squad, which appears to take place between Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. We have one more casting, which is basically the dude whose name I forget now. He's got a long, weird name. Mr. Echo from Lost.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he is confirmed to play Killer Croc.
Cool.
Yeah, man. Did you ever think you'd see Killer Croc on screen?
No.
I think it's amazing. I cannot wait.
I'm pleased that I get to see King Shark as well.
Yeah, man. It's all these characters that you thought there was like Captain Boomerang. Do you ever think you'd ever see Captain Boomerang on the big screen?
Not really.
Yeah, amazing. And I don't know if we talked about this now, but it looks like Joe Manganiello is going to be playing Deathstroke.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, I'm just looking to go back to the other thing we were talking about. I'm looking at a list of board games to make into movies, and then I thought, Othello,
Snakes and Ladders, perfect.
Yeah,
it'd be like Snakes on a Plane, but with ladders.
Oh yeah, that was another suggestion that me and Swaz had. I was like, yeah, that was basically.
I'm sick and tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking ladder. I just want to wash these windows, bitch.
Yeah,
I can just imagine that Samuel L. Jackson as a window cleaner.
Yeah. Perfect.
The entire soundtrack is done by.
He retired from the FBI to clean windows after this incident on the plane, and lo and behold,
the snakes on the ladders.
Yeah.
No, it's and I want the soundtrack to be nothing but George Formby. So he's moved to like.
Ding 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 when I'm cleaning windows with those snakes.
It's just a ukulele based soundtrack.
Yeah, it sounds
to me.
Yep. I was just looking at a list of board games. And I
That could be.
I thought, ooh, Othello. That could be a. Oh wait.
Yeah. Chess.
What?
Oh, hang on.
Turn down that again.
He'd say that at the end of the movie.
There's a board game just called Cross and Circle Game.
You mean Northern Crosses?
Presumably, it just says Cross and Circle Game.
The Game of Life.
Yep.
I know
thought
a game
they were
that would
doing
make a
that.
good movie. Cluedo.
Oh, wait.
Did
Oh my
that.
god.
Doom the board game? What the hell is Getopoly?
It's a bit like Monopoly where you want everything for yourself. So get it.
No, it's a parody of Monopoly that basically all the player areas that you can buy is a caricaturized United States ghetto.
Yeah,
So it's got like
Monopoly.
the four railroad
Ghettopoly.
The train stations are replaced by liquor stores.
Nice.
There's a massage parlour, a peep show, and a pawn shop involved. Community chest and chance squares become ghetto stash and hustle. Taxation squares are replaced by police shakedown and carjacking.
Nice.
Instead of building houses and hotels, property owners can build crack houses and projects. And the 7 game pieces are a pimp, a hoe, a 40 ounce, a machine gun, a marijuana leaf, a crack rock, and a basketball.
Can I be the pimp this game? Right. more casting news. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 is on the way. Going back to something we were talking about earlier, it has a working title of Half Shell, which I think is awful. They've cast Casey Jones.
Cool.
He is to be played by Stephen Amell, TV's Green Arrow.
That's a bit.
Seeing as he's not going to be in the film Green Arrow.
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, why not? He needs something to do during the summer while he's off the air. So, and it's as good a role as any, and he can do the action and stuff. So why not?
Yeah.
This will be the start of him being a big, sort of action star after he's done his 7 years on Arrow. So
yeah,
totally. Why the hell not? Yeah,
totally. I can see that. I don't know if they're going to be going with the long hair version, as is tradition, but we'll see. We'll see. And of course, one last piece of casting news. Well, first of all, we need to confirm that this thing is actually happening, because it was announced since our last show that Kev Smith is going back to the mall. Mallrats 2 is happening.
Yes, so the football score is currently Clark's 3, Mallrats 2.
Clark's, I say. Clark's.
Yeah, I did.
Well, that's why.
What you're going to do
that's why earlier I was sort of sniggering because Paul was talking about when Terry Pratchett when you went and snuck off for a piss. Yeah. And
he mentioned that yesterday. He said it, Good Omens, and I was like, friggin' Omens.
Just because it was like that conversation where you were saying about how every single time Paul says omens, he says omens, apart from the one time when you put it in a script.
Yeah.
And he says omens.
That's amazing.
Yeah. You're like, no, you're supposed to say omens. He's like, I did, omens. Fuck's sake, Paul!
Well, confirmed for a trip
Constantly
back to the mall so far.
me.
Kev is trying to assemble the whole entire previous cast.
Is he making this after Clerks 3?
Yes. Clerks 3 and then straight into Mallrats 2. Oh. He's already confirmed Shannon Doherty will be back. He's confirmed that Jason Lee's going to be back. Jeremy London's going to be back. Renee. Oh God, what's her name? Renee. What?
Squeaky voice.
Well, that's Joey Adams. She's going to be back. Renee Humphreys is going to be back. That's her name. Sven Thorson as LaForce is going to be back. James Bond, obviously. LaForce. Michael Rooker's going to be back.
Is Batfleck going to be back?
Walt and Steve Dave are going to be back. And
Steve Dave.
Yeah, and finally, this guy, Andy Player's sounder.
And now, Mr. Marvel himself, Stan Lee.
Stan Lee is coming back to the mall.
Oh boy!
Oh boy, Spider Friend.
I wonder whose penis they're going to ask him about this time.
Well, we'll find out, won't we? Yeah, Stan is going to be back for more than a cameo. He's going to be actually quite a large role in the script, apparently.
Nice.
When asked about it by comic book resources, Stan said,
almost every day I get invited to do a cameo in some movie or another that has nothing to do with Marvel. They just call me up and say, hey, we're doing a movie. You want to do a cameo? It's kind of funny. I've become known as the cameo specialist.
Yeah. I wonder what movie he's talking about, Princess Diaries 2.
Yeah. I
forgot Princess Diaries 2 is in the Marvel Universe now, isn't it?
Yeah, we were talking about that with Tim yesterday, weren't we?
Yeah, I did the voice for Tim yesterday. It made him laugh. And then he went, he sounds absolutely nothing like that. He said, but you've got him spot on otherwise.
What?
So, exactly.
Did you say, oh boy, I love to rape?
No, I never said that. Do you know, it never came up. The rape stick did, but
it just suddenly like, oh boy, I love to rape. I've lived before time!
He did tell us a fun story about Stan. Now, Stan is 92 years old, yeah? Yes. Yeah. And Tim has known Stan for a long time now. Okay. He says the last time he saw Stan was about 3 years ago. He went and he stayed at Stan's house.
Okay.
And he came down for breakfast one morning, and Stan's wife, Joan, is in the kitchen. And he says, where's Stan? And she goes, oh, he's outside. You what?
Hiking Papoon.
Oh, well, wait till you find out where he was. She said he's outside. So he goes out into the back garden and he's looking for Stan. He's like, Stan, where are you? Stan's up a tree.
I was about to say that.
He's about 20, 30 foot up a tree.
What, at the age of 90?
He was about 88, 89 at this point. And Tim said, what are you doing up a tree? And Stan says,
You know what? I woke up this morning and thought to myself, I haven't climbed a tree in ages. So I thought I'd climb a tree.
What the hell?
Exactly. He said it took him ages to get back down.
That is amazing. Stanley is seriously the best person in the universe.
Well, this is it. That's what
he
Tim
does.
said.
He
said,
wins.
you know what? That's the great thing about Stan, is he gets an idea in his head, and it doesn't matter if he's 89, 90 years old, whatever. He's like, do you know what? If I want to climb a tree, I'm going to go bloody climb a tree.
It's fucking... Oh, God.
I think that's an amazing story.
This is why Stan Lee and fucking Brian Blessed are the immortals.
Yeah, that's what we said. The man's never going to die unless he falls out of a tree. But yeah, he might be out of his tree, but he hasn't fallen out of a tree. But he's that's the thing to say. He doesn't care. It doesn't matter how old he is. It's how he feels inside. And if he feels young enough inside to go, do you know what? I'm going to climb a tree. Then so be it. It's incredible. I mean, you think about all the stuff that the man accomplished in his life, all these amazing characters he's created. I said, in terms of like character creation for American history, you've got Walt Disney and you've got Stan Lee. And Tim said to me, he said Stan is even higher up than Walt Disney in his estimation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They created Spider-Man and Walt and two of the most well-known characters in the world. And you know what I mean? One turned out to be an anti-Semitic Nazi sympathiser, and the other one is Stanley. So, you know, I just hope that when he dies, he cut his head off and freeze it somewhere as well. Stick it next to Walt in the Disney vaults. There you go. That's where you want to put him. You may as well.
Stanley will never die.
And the thing is, the other story we've got about Stan is he's still working.
Yeah.
You know, hardest working 92-year-old in comicdom.
Save this for the TV section.
Well, but we're talking about him now. We might as well just do it now.
Fine.
So he's developing a superhero show.
All time, my nose is running after I've been sneezing so much.
Yeah. He's developing a superhero show for Sky One. So Stan's he's working with the producers of Downton Abbey, Carnival Films, his own company POW Entertainment. Yeah, it's called Lucky Man.
Oh, I thought you were like Stanley was like, oh, where do you get all my happiness? Well, one time I was stuck in a prisoner of war camp. What?
I was up a tree just thinking to myself.
They kicked me out because I kept climbing trees.
I climbed a tree like a spider, and I thought to myself, yeah, tree man.
That'll do.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I am Groot. But he's
and then they
Lucky
chucked me
Man.
out because I love to rape.
Meet me in the showers, boys.
It's next to the fridge.
The shower fridge.
Yep.
Anyway, James Nesbitt is going to be the lead in Lucky Man. Yeah, he's a down on his luck copper who gets the power to affect luck. So you can imagine that. It's just, oh boy, this guy's power is luck. What will we call him? I know, Lucky Man. Yeah, that'll do.
Which?
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. But so it's 10 episodes, and NBC Universal are going to be distributing it worldwide. So Stan Lee on UK telly.
Listen up, spider friends. I'm gonna be doing a new TV series. It's called Lucky Man, because it's about a man who's all lucky. And I got the idea when I found a penny on the floor, and I thought, lucky? That's very lucky. Hey, Lucky Man. Yeah, that'll do.
And then I climbed a tree. And then I raped.
I was
hiking for poon, and I decided to climb a tree.
I'm all like such a pimp and stuff, and and I was walking down the street with my hose, wearing my big hat with a feather, and I says to myself,
It was the
"Damn,
fashion at the
you
time."
one pimp-ass mother flutter." And I said, "Yeah, man, I'll be all like Stan Lee and shit. Excelsior, bitch."
That's how they got me to do the cameo in Princess Diaries too. Cause I fucked that
motherfucker.
They've got the photos.
You best get my money, bitch. Respect me, respect my money. Excelsior.
Respect my authority.
I'm the Sunday Jeff of comics.
Isn't Sunday
First
Jeff?
things first, I gotta find water.
Oh, anyways. The hell, man. That's
fucking ace.
Speaking of comics, let's go to the comic section.
Comics? I've done that.
You haven't done the comic section?
Have I not?
No, no. The film section.
Oh yeah, for some reason I thought we were on TV, because you were talking about the TV thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, but it's because it was Stan Lee, so...
Yeah, I'm having memory seizures. Yeah, because of Stan Lee, it's sort of like branching everything, so... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sorry, memory seizures. Comic section! Comics.
Hey, Evil John.
What's that now?
Did you drown Cynthia in a fish tank?
You better fucking believe it. Stupid fucking ugly bitch. I prefer my women with one leg.
I thought that was Paul.
Paul? Why do you think Paul's dead? Play his wedding speech backwards, he admits he's an imposter.
Right, anyway, comic section?
Comic section.
Yeah,
go!
on, yay!
Hello! Comics. So, I have 2 stories. It was 3, and then I realised one was pointless, so I've got rid of it. It was basically just saying, hey, remember the time that Rob Liefeld made a comic where Jesus fought Hercules? But I can't be bothered with that, because it's just random, like, nostalgia. That's not what we're... That's not what this... Yeah. Whereas I do have 2 news things. One is something that Paul mentioned, which is they're making more Star Trek comics.
Mm.
And the crew of the Enterprise are going to meet some characters that you wouldn't expect them to run into out there. You
I
would
would expect them to run into space junkies, as played by Paul at the start of this episode.
Yeah. So,
and what would that sound like, Paul?
Paul?
No, play both sides of the conversation.
What? The crew of the Enterprise meeting space junkies?
Yes.
So it's going to be like...
We come in peace! Shoot to kill!
We come in peace, shoot to kill. That sounds perfect.
That's America.
But
that's the whole story as far as you're concerned. We come in peace, shoot to kill. You know, you got to put more into it. It's like, Mr. Sulu, we've landed on an alien planet full of junkies. What do you think? Oh my! Hey man, guess 50p. I need a hit, man. I need a hit. Mr. Spock, shall I give him 50p?
All readings suggest no, Captain. That would be highly illogical.
Hey man, don't do that. He's gonna give me 50p.
This reminds me of an advert we did once.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
50p for bus, or 50 grand for car,
or 15 quid for a shirt.
which nobody ever bought.
Nope. You fucking bastards, the lot of you. Anyway, so they are Star Trekking across the universe.
Joe's got one.
Yeah, that you got him.
Shut up.
But, yeah, they're going to be Star Trekking across the universe, but let's see, they are in a specific sector of the universe.
Sector.
So, they're going to, as the article puts it, they're going to go where no one has gone before, in brightest day, and in blackest night.
Runcorn.
Runcorn! That's right, they're meeting the Runcorn. No, actually, it's a Star Trek Green Lantern crossover.
Ooh.
Called the Spectrum War.
Yeah, so it's the new 52 Star Trek and the new 52 Green Lantern.
New 52 Star Trek?
Yeah, JJ Trek.
Oh, fair enough. That makes
If you, I don't know if your article has actually got any of the artwork that they've put on there, but it's the new movies cast.
Yeah.
Meeting the Green Lantern and Red Lanterns and stuff.
Yeah. Holy hell! Sorry, just to interrupt 1 second. Paul.
Yes.
I've just gone on Twitter and what a tweet that the MLG put online 10 hours ago.
Yeah.
A certain photo has been retweeted by a chap that we know. I'm not going to say his name. I just looked on his Twitter. How the hell does he have 21.8 thousand tweets?
Magic.
Yeah, he's tweeted a lot. This certain person we're talking about is a member of the group, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he tweets a lot.
Jesus, you follow him?
He tweets a lot. I think the MLG Twitter account follows him.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, he tweets a lot of shit basically. But there we go.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But there's some good stuff in there as well, folks. Obviously.
Anyway, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's fine. And the other thing kind of relates to that, because it's another crossover.
Ooh.
Involving more IDW.
Oh.
What a surprise. IDW doing a crossover?
Yeah.
Who was it? Who is this time?
Let's see.
David Blunkett.
No.
Barry Manilow.
It's to do with. Let's see. How best to describe him? Well, I'll give it away. It's Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, right.
He's doing a crossover. But can you
Everyone's favourite public domain character.
Yeah. Who do you think he's doing a crossover with?
Green Lantern.
Nope.
Star Trek.
Nope.
The Shadow.
Nope.
Who is in reality Lamont Cranston, a wealthy gadabout town.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Green Hornet.
Nope.
Me.
No.
Shaun of the Dead.
No.
Fight Club.
You're getting closer, but no.
Freddie Mercury.
No. Think
Saul
of...
Goodman.
Yeah. No.
Family Guy.
Shall I give you another hint?
Donnie Darko.
Yes. Let's see.
Jackass.
Yeah, he's gonna hang out with that fucking prick who got his own face tattooed to himself.
Yeah, Steve-O.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Yeah, dude.
And then he's gonna try and investigate why that guy killed himself in a car crash.
Oh, too soon.
I was talking about the dude from Jackass, not Paul Walker.
Big. Is it
no.
crossover with Big?
Yeah. No, let's see. It's a character, it's a guy that would...
Let's say Darth Vader?
Well, no. Let's say that Sherlock Holmes and John Watson have had a bit of a Freudian slip.
Albert Einstein?
Hang on.
You are unbelievably close with Albert Einstein.
Your mum.
Hang on. I know my Sherlock Holmes. That's been done before. It's called The 7% Solution. It was a film directed by Nicholas Meyer, who directed Star Trek 2.
Sherlock Holmes met Charlie Sheen.
Yep. So, yeah.
Holmes and Freud. Yeah,
yep.
It's a movie.
Yes.
They're adapting the movie.
Yes, they are.
Oh, that's cool. Nicholas Meyer wrote, I think, 2 other novels as well, so that's a direction that they can go in, I suppose, and adapt. He did a Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. Lots of people have done that, but it's the West End Horror, if I remember.
Yeah.
That's the other one I've read, and then there's a third one which I haven't read. But yeah, I like my Sherlock Holmes. I've read a lot of Sherlock Holmes, and yeah, I'm familiar with the 7% Solution, which of course is a reference to Holmes's cocaine habit.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because he has it in a 7% solution.
How come every time I try my VHS on my iPad, autocorrect changes it to BJ's?
Because you write about a lot of blowjobs?
I suppose. Oh well.
Oh well.
It's usually Mike's phone number I find scrawled in the toilets.
It is actually.
Yeah, it's usually scrawled there by you.
What? By me?
It's usually scrawled there by you. For a good time,
call this number. For the shower fridge, call this number.
Oh, Tom Towles is dead.
Who?
Tom Towles, star of House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Reject, and Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer.
What, he just died now?
Yeah, well, 2 hours ago, yeah.
Oh.
He'd be graveyard dead.
Oh, shame.
There's another one.
Yep.
So,
carry on.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much done.
Yeah. That wasn't really a crossover. That was just a Sherlock Holmes story with a real person in it.
Yeah, but still.
It crossed over with our reality, Paul.
But
it's like the Doctor Who comic where
no, not like the Doctor Who comic where they met Star Trek.
No, I was talking about the Doctor Who comic where he came into this reality and saw Doctor Who was a TV show.
Not really.
Or Red Dwarf, which involved the same thing.
A white hole?
Well, that episode of Batman, the Brave and the Bold, where he meets Sherlock Holmes.
So you're playing around with tape delay then?
Are you having memory seizures?
But it's not going back to the whole Star Trek Green Lantern. We've had major crossovers between Star Trek and the superhero franchises before, because they've done Star Trek and Star Trek: The Next Generation meet the X-Men, and
I still want the Green Lantern Transformers crossover.
And then there's been a DC crossover before as well. They did Star Trek meets the Legion of Superheroes.
I think that's Mike trying to get us to move on to the next section.
No, sorry.
What? What? What?
Who?
What?
No.
Horse, you cunt!
Can we do TV?
Don't you have Doctor Who section?
No, I haven't got a Doctor Who section.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, and you complain at me for not having comics.
I know, yeah. Bastard.
I was talking to you, Mike.
No, I'm admonishing Paul.
We'll be long enough without a Doctor Who section. We'll do a bumper Doctor Who.
Oh, someone's bragging about just 12 inches again.
Yay!
Oh, God. According to Time Hop, that was, what, like 2 years ago or something, wasn't it?
Apparently so.
Yeah.
I saw your Time Hop the other day where it was like, I have no idea what this is about, and you just tweeting me, robot monkeys.
Yeah.
What the hell does that have any...
I find it interesting that Facebook have suddenly started doing this their on this day thing, where they say, "Oh, look at what you did on this day in past years on Facebook." Wonder where they got that idea from.
Oh, I couldn't possibly tell you.
Couldn't possibly comment.
No. I could, but I'm not going to.
No.
Well, that's like how the guy... Oh, fuck, what's his name? The guy who made Facebook?
Steve.
No, the dude who invented Facebook.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah,
Arthur Daly.
Yeah. The guy who
George the Animal Steel.
Talking about books, and it's like, and he's talking like about reading a book like it's a new app he found on his phone. It's ridiculous.
I was swiping the pages and nothing was happening.
It's weird. Although it's good because it doesn't need batteries. Why are you talking like that? I've been dredging, mate.
Yeah, that's how I roll.
You want to go dredging while we test out my new dredging app?
Dredging app.
It's called iDredge.
Dredger. It's where you meet people under the sea.
I worked on it with Steve Jobs before he died.
Come on, that was a good one. Dredger. Come on. Give me that one.
Dredger was a comic strip in Action back in the 70s.
About gay men who used to meet up to dredge the ocean floor.
He was like a comic strip version of the Sweeney in Action. Violent British copper.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Who lived on a tugboat.
And hung around in gay bars.
I really want to see that as a show. I want to see that as a show. Just this violent copper who, for some reason, just lives on a tugboat. There's no explanation for it. He just lives there.
Dredger, there's been a murder. I'm coming back to shore.
Why do you live on that why do you live on that tugboat? It's a long story. Anyway, let's get on with the thing. All the audience is like, no! Tell us why he's on a tugboat! Why is he on a tugboat?
A story slowly revealed over the course of the series. It's like his wife was violently murdered. And his wife was violently murdered on the Seven Seas by a man that he doesn't know, and he spends his life on a tugboat searching just in case the killer ever returns.
But only in his local port. This is a tugboat and it can't go very far.
Yeah.
Does he go
dredging
with his mate Arthur?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
And they have a nice curry. And he's friends with the local barman at the port, and like he's his sidekick kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
He's like his huggy bear, who tells him of harbour-based crimes that are happening.
Harbour-based crimes.
He's retired from the force now, but they bring him out of retirement for one last mission, because the man who killed his wife is back.
And he's on a ship importing stolen goods.
Yeah.
He's waiting at. They're like, okay, we need to put a sting. We need to put out a sting on this boat, and the best way to do it is with you and your tugboat. But that's my house. I don't care. We need
Why
it.
didn't
we
you
need
have houseboat?
We need it. We need it for this sting. It's not a houseboat. It's a tug. It's like exactly.
Why didn't you buy a houseboat? I didn't think of that at the time.
It's one of them. No, it's like, why didn't you buy a houseboat? It's a long story. Anyway, to get to the thing, it's like, no! Tell us about the tugboat!
Well, that's season 2, why he chose a tugboat over a houseboat. In season 2, it turns out that he grew up on a houseboat, and his parents were violently murdered, and he can't ever go on a houseboat because it triggers really intense flashbacks. And then in season 2, the start of the season, there's a murder on a houseboat, and Dredger's the only one. Like, there's a message written in blood on the wall, "Get me, Dredger," or something like that. And Dredger's the only copper that can catch the killer, but it means he has to set foot on a houseboat for the first time in 40 years. He has to confront his past. Yeah, there you go. I think we've come up with something now.
It's going to be shown after Magic Messiah and Clarice Starling.
Yeah.
It's one of his...
Tonight on BBC One. And then we've got our late movie, Dude, Where's My Dad?
It's one of his informants, the local lighthouse keeper, Portland Bill.
Yes! Who just wears a yellow mac and wellies that.
And nothing else underneath.
Nothing underneath. So that's why he lives in the lighthouse, because he's a bit weird.
And then he just
and we always worry that he's the only people he hangs out with are those two kids.
We have to...
John and Gillian.
And because all of our shows have
seen in 20 years,
and all of our seeing as all of our shows have crossovers, what with Magic Messiah working with Clarice Starling, Wizard Detective.
That's right.
Dredger ends up having one case with the tugboats. He goes to he has to help some people who are disabled, and he ends up running into Legs and the Wheelman.
That's right.
Wheels and the Leg Man.
Legs and the Wheelman.
She's
a former showgirl.
That's the new dance company on Top of the Pops.
Legs and the Wheelman.
Legs and the Wheelman, yeah. That's it. She's a former showgirl. He's a top stunt driver. Together. Legs and the Wheelman.
Oh my God, that needs to be a thing. Oh, there you go. That's the crossover, because the tugboat, they install a ramp on the back of a barge.
So he can drive off.
So he drives up, and then Legs and the Wheelman are in the stunt car that drives on up the ramp on the barge to get onto this boat that's trying to run away really slowly.
Boat run away?
Exactly.
We have completely invented a night's telly on a Wednesday in 1977.
That's amazing.
Oh, God.
Oh yes, this needs to happen. Someone needs to put
it ends with the news at 10 with Trevor McDonald.
Yeah. No, as I say, after that is the late movie, Dude, Where's My Dad? Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Oh God. And then we need to invent a soap opera that plays before them. And then we also need to, because we've got the 8 till 9 and 9 till 10 spots covered. With the wizard detectives between 8 and 9, and 9 to 10 is Dredger.
We already have a soap. My Two Dads featuring Bane.
That's right. No, that's a sitcom.
Oh yeah, sitcom.
That's a sitcom.
Yeah, but you need a half-hour sitcom and you need a half-hour soap.
Yeah, that's the half hours between half seven till 8. So what's our soap between 7 and half 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need one. Let's see.
Something will come to us.
Yeah, so I'm sure something.
Don't push it. It'll just come to us naturally, like everything else has.
Okay, well let's see what's on the other side. Oh, it's a brand new season of the X-Files. Segway.
Also, yes. TV sounder.
Yeah. Did we do the TV sounder?
I don't think we did.
Okay.
Tremble at the might of the TV section.
Okay. Yeah, the X-Files is back, you know.
Is it? I haven't heard about that.
Yeah. Should have changed the channel.
That might explain why Fox have just started the Twitter handle at the X-Files on Fox today.
Oh, nice. X-Files is coming back for a 6-episode event series. David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson will be back as Fox Mulder and Dana Scully. After a 13-year commercial break, they are back. Oh yeah, Chris Carter. Let's see, what did Chris Carter say? Paul.
Yeah, hang on.
What did Chris Carter say?
Well, it helps if I open up the article there.
It probably would have done, yeah. You had plenty of time.
Yeah.
See? It's not like you were doing any Doctor Who news.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Paul.
Yeah, what?
Paul?
What?
Yeah, Paul.
Paul?
Yeah.
Paul, where's the Doctor Who news, Paul?
Yeah, Paul.
Paul?
I did it last. I travelled in time and did it last week.
Okay, I'll look forward to that on the next episode.
Paul.
Chris Carter. What do we think Chris Carter should sound like?
I think he should sound like Dredger.
He should sound like...
He should sound like a renegade cop who lives on a tugboat.
Whatever that sounds like.
Whatever that sounds like.
I'm a director. That's what you're going for. Give me what you got. He left the course 7 years ago under auspicious circumstances, and he's lived on a tugboat ever since. He's a renegade cop that plays by his own rules. Go.
And one thing you've got to know before you go into this performance, he never explains the tugboat.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you'll always explain it later.
His best mate is a fish called Margaret.
Who he keeps in a fishbowl on the desk.
It's a salmon.
It's a fishbowl. It's all squashed up. Help me. It literally just spins around like a corkscrew. It's all turned back on itself.
It looks like those fish bowls. So it just goes.
This fish face just squished up and makes them up. Like that as it squeaks around the ball's head.
Yeah, his mate comes over to his house and he's like, "Wow, to say that you live on a tugboat, you really don't know how to take care of a fish, do you?" He's like, "Never mind that. What about the case? Stop!
There's a story behind why I keep a salmon, but I'll tell you later." So come on then, Paul. What does Chris Carter sound like?
I think of it as a 13-year commercial break, said the X-Files creator Chris Carter. The good news is the world has only gotten that much stranger.
I think he's Scottish. Dredger's Scottish.
Perfect time to tell these 6 stories.
Okay, give me that last sentence again as Dredger in the Scottish accent.
A perfect time to tell these 6 stories. No,
that's not a sentence. That's a comma, not a full stop.
Oh, sorry. Okay. The good news is the world has only gotten that much stranger. A perfect time to tell these 6 stories.
I like that. Now tell me there's been a murder up at Boathouse.
There's been a murder up at Boathouse. Have you met Miss Salmon called Margaret?
No, he just sounds like a creepy guy. He's like, he spends every night at the bar talking weirdly to, and he always would. Yeah, he's never had a successful relationship because he basically walks up to them and goes, "Do you want to meet me salmon, Margaret?" I eat salmon. My name's not Margaret. No, the salmon's called Margaret. He's had a few whiskies by this point.
Have you met the lighthouse keeper, Portland Bill?
Portland Bill. Okay. And now, Andy, I'd like to see what in a joint statement, Dana Walden and Gary Newman. Oh, Gary Newman! What did Gary Newman from Fox Television Group tell us, Andy? Okay, we played that underneath. Go on, Andy.
We had the privilege of working with Chris on all 9 seasons of the X-Files, one of the most rewarding creative experience of our careers. We couldn't be more excited to explore that incredible world with him again. The X-Files was not only a seminal show for both the studio and the network. It was a worldwide phenomenon that shaped pop culture, yet remained a true gem for the legions of the fans who embraced it from the beginning. Anyway, No, this is
Yep.
Few shows on the television have drawn such dedicated fans as the X-Files, and we're excited to give them the next thrilling chapter of Mulder and Scully they've been waiting for. The end.
Brilliant, thank you, Andy.
You're welcome.
Oh, phenomenal.
To be fair, when you said Gary Newman at first, I thought you said Randy Newman. So I was gonna be like,
the X-Files was not only a seminal show.
Yeah.
For
the privilege. They scared little etc.
Yeah. Okay. Time to break out the racist
Very
gong.
good. It's the soundtrack for Dredge.
Masioka. Masioka is coming back to Heroes in the new Heroes. Gong. Okay, Andy, tell us what Masioka said there about his multi-episode arc.
Okay. What, am I doing my usual voice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Japanese.
I'm excited to return to my hero's roots!
That's not your usual voice.
I know it. I'm
Somebody your usual voice is, I'm excited to return. I don't know what that was, but it was even better.
Hero Nakamura was such an inspirational role to play. And I'm hoping the fans will enjoy seeing him back on TV. Gone.
Franchise creator Tim Kring added. Krang, okay.
We are the ones who are thrilled to have the one that is known as Massey back in the Heroes family for the show that is known as Heroes. The character that is known as Hiro Nakamura was such a huge part of the first series' success and a gigantic fan favorite for those that are known as the fans. We felt that those that are known as the fans would really love seeing him back in action again.
No, it wouldn't be.
We felt that action again.
We felt that those known as the fans would really love seeing him known as Masioka.
Known as Masioka back in that which is known as action again.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So, Yata, Gong.
Yata!
Gong.
Yata.
Gong. That's his official name now.
Yata Gong. That does sound like a character name. Masioka is going to be playing Yata Gong. The most racist character on TV.
In our new soap, Gilding the Lily.
Which is all about a Chinese immigrant family that arrive in England at the turn of the 19th century. For some reason.
They have to make their money selling opium.
It's believed that there will be an upcoming crossover episode with Sherlock Holmes and the Secret Parade.
Why are all the shows do we write action movies or murder mysteries?
I don't know. Oh, God.
The problem
What's it called, Gilding the Lily?
I don't know.
It was just a Chinese fellow who sells opium.
I came afterwards. I thought it was going to be set in feudal Japan. And then you went and changed where it was set.
You are.
Ah,
Yeah,
there we go.
there he is.
The bloody hell happened there?
I have no idea. I just said, Ed, the Lily is the opium shop. And then everything just went silent. And and then you guys were like...
I said, like,
Yes.
called Lily. Lily Gong, and then not one was there.
Yeah, periodically you guys drop out on me anyway, so I thought it was just that, and I was going to add myself back in, but then...
How strange.
That was really fucking weird, because then you guys kept saying in the conversation, can you hear me? I'm like, can you guys hear me? And you were responding to me, like you could hear me, but I couldn't hear you. And then I'm sure at one point I heard Paul going, it's gonna drop. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
But no. Well, before we carry
Oh,
on...
okay, so you could hear me, but I couldn't hear you.
Did you actually say that the thing was going to drop?
Yeah, I was. That's what I was expecting it to do.
Oh, I thought I was just overhearing something really weird, like
You thought you were hallucinating it.
Yeah, I was like, okay, did someone say anything was going to drop? And then I got the answer, no. I was like, oh my god, am I going insane?
Probably, but yeah, nothing to do with this actual thing. Next story.
Andy, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. Right.
Andy.
Okay, right, where were we?
Paul.
Okay, right, we were talking about the Arrow and Flash crossover next.
We have been, yes.
Yes, this doesn't star Massey Oka, but it does indeed star Arthur Darvill.
Who is not playing Booster Gold, and I said it wouldn't be Booster Gold.
No, it's not Booster Gold, it's Rip Hunter, Time Traveller.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's also go. Yeah, confirmed to be Rip Hunter. I don't really know much about the character, so I can't tell you much about him.
He was there during. I mean, he was there during the sort of 0 Hour stuff back in the 90s when I was reading there. You know, basically anything to do with time travel in the DC universe at that point. Rip Hunter and the guy, what's it called? Vanishing Point. Is this sort of place in outside of time and space that would be where they would the Time Masters would monitor the timeline and make sure that bad shit didn't happen, basically.
Oh, okay.
What you say?
Sorry?
Lords of Time with some kind of celestial intervention agency.
Well, I wouldn't have quite put it that way, but Wave Rider was another character involved with that sort of stuff, and he's a known character to me. He's been around since he's actually a character that's been around since 1959.
Oh right.
Yeah, he was in first appeared in Showcase 20, May 1959, before getting his own series between 1961 and 1965.
It's amazing how you know all this information without having to look it up on Wikipedia or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go. It's good, isn't it? Yeah.
Do you want to take over the comic section? Saying that, you won't be preparing any news either.
Hey! Good to see Arthur continuing to go from strength to strength and having a good career. And if they have him in it, be great to have Karen Gillan guest on the show as well. Get them paired up again because she's obviously over in their Hollywood now. She's doing a pilot at the moment about the Salem witch trials. And we were talking about this not so long ago, weren't we, Mike?
Yes, we were, but I can't remember.
Hang on. Who was in it? Who is in it? It's thingy. It's Eddie Izzard.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I said, will it be as bad as Mockingbird Lane?
I hope not.
Yeah.
Moths.
So, well, that's all of our.
Let's
TV
hope
news.
it has more success. Selfie did.
Yeah, that's all of our TV
there's
news.
not breaking news. Breaking news.
Oh.
Yeah, the breaking news about So apparently, David Lynch isn't doing Twin Peaks.
Oh.
Yeah, breaking news. I'm reading this off of the Hollywood Reporter website. Headline: David Lynch says he's leaving Twin Peaks reboot. Quotes: not enough money.
Oh.
He has tweeted this evening, literally in the last sort of 40 minutes or so from when we're recording. So David Lynch, of course, is deaf. So after 1 year and 4 months of negotiations, I left because not enough money was offered to do the script the way I felt it needed to be done.
I didn't know you were
This
deaf.
weekend, I started to call actors to let them know I would not be directing. Twin Peaks may still be very much alive at showtime. I love the world of Twin Peaks and wish things could have worked out differently.
It would have been nice to work with you all.
That little whistling bastard over there, I can't hear what he says.
Yeah, so there's part of me that's kind of...
It was a reference to the deaf kid in the Ross Noble
yeah.
thing. That really...
I'm kind of thinking, well, that's kind of fucking pointless if he's not doing it now. But then they did season 2 of Twin Peaks without him as well, so, you know, it's kind of... So we shall wait and see what happens on this particular story as it unfolds.
Diane, in my hand I hold a box of chocolate bunnies.
Okay. Thanks for that. Yeah.
Which brings us on to any other business?
It does bring us on to any other business.
Any other business?
Okay. Right. First up is a chap who's no stranger to any other business. Andy, play his sounder.
He's tall, he's dark, and he's having a bad hair day from hell. His cousins have been spotted from Australia to the Himalayas. Exactly who or what is this wild man of mystery we call Bigfoot?
Okay, well, let's say his sounder. It's actually more her sounder. As it's believed that a 6'6" wild Russian woman found in the 19th century may have actually been a Yeti, according to it. This is the story of Zana, the 8th woman, who, in a lovely photograph you can see there.
We figured she must be a Yeti, because when she put a brick in a wall, it disappeared.
Or either that, or she was a member of Pink Floyd.
That's not yet a Yeti, that's the Mona Lisa.
It's the Yeti, Lisa. Yes, there was a woman who lived in the 19th century
Lisa.
and may have been a Yeti. This is Professor Brian Sykes from the University of
I
Oxford.
think you're going to say Brian Blessed.
He might be Brian Blessed. Believes that a towering woman named Zana had a strain of African DNA that belonged to a subspecies of human. She was described as resembling a wild beast, and
the most frightening feature of which was her expression, which was pure animal,
one zoologist wrote. Analysis of her DNA shows that while she was 100% African, a bit racist, she bore little physical or genetic resemblance to any modern African group. Experts believe that the wandering wild woman was found lurking in the remote region of Ochamchir in the Republic of Abracadabra. She was captured by a local merchant in the 1850s who hired a group of hunters to subdue and shackle her in the mountainous terrain. They then sold her on to a nobleman who tamed her and kept her on his estate until her death in 1890. So she may appear on Gilding the Lily with Yata Gong. Now, I wonder if she's 100% African, how does she appear in the middle of nowhere in Russia? How did she get there?
Magic Messiah.
There we go. Yeah. So there we go. We're going to stay in the world of cryptozoology, as the Loch Ness Monster may have re-emerged.
Ooh.
Now, do you want to get the videos ready, chaps? There is a video of the supposed event. If you want to get your video ready, we're on the Huffington Post website for anyone who wants to play along at home. It's an article entitled... Oh, for God's sake, it's just bloody... No, I was trying to get my video stuck at the beginning, and it won't. Right, okay, it's an article entitled Loch Ness Monster Captured on Film by Forest Family. Okay?
Okay.
You got your videos ready?
Yes.
Hang on. I've got a fucking advert playing before it.
Thank God for ad blocker.
Yes, indeed.
bet I can't even skip this fucking advert.
And it's 20 years long.
Fuck you, Lloyd's TSB.
What?
Yeah, there you go.
Is that Mike's new nickname?
Okay.
Yeah, I've got it now.
Mike's new name, Lloyd's TSB.
Okay. Right. Well, then, if everyone wants to watch it with us, we'll press play in 3, 2, 1, bang. Okay, so there's a woman.
Yep.
She's running towards the water's edge. It's definitely a disturbance in the water.
There's a disturbance in the force.
There's a little girl in a pink coat.
Zoom.
There's something happening.
Ripple, ripple.
Ripple, ripple, ripple. Lana Manayura. She's turned around, which means something should pop out the water, any second. She don't know.
Gong.
What is that? It's water, love. Well, that was exciting. That's it. Loch Yeti sighted. Wow. Okay,
I didn't see anything.
It's just an odd shape in the water.
A ripple.
Yeah, this is the story of Consuelo Ross and her daughter Rachel Avalaloza visiting from the Philippines, when they visited the scenic body of water. Because, you know, if you live in the Philippines, come to Scotland. They were enjoying the view when something appeared to raise itself out of the water and then sank from sight. Which, looking at the photos, they've actually taken stills in the video. I don't know, it's still tricky to say. Ross told the Scottish Daily Record that they were taking photos when someone pointed out a disturbance on the lake. Okay, we need a voice here. Let's see, we're in Scotland, so
can it be the same voice as last time?
Which one?
You know, last time you were like.
Oh, the weird one.
Everyone is getting you right.
Yeah. Okay then. Hang on, let me just.
It looks like a belly.
Okay, great. Okay.
She said it looked like a big black belly. We looked and we could see this big disturbance quite the way out.
Oh God, I can't do that. It's because I'm doing like two things with my vocal cords at the same time. And
do you want me to try?
It's because I've got to hit like a normal tone and a like tone as well at the same time. And it's hard. It's hard to do. You got to sound like a It's like I'm doing that with one set of like my vocal cords. I'm using like two halves. One half is doing that, and the other half's doing normal. So it's tricky.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. It's a voice that we haven't done for someone in a while.
She said it looked like a big black belly. We looked and could see this big disturbance quite a way out, and this big black object in the middle of it. We were so mesmerised we didn't immediately think of taking pictures, although we had the cameras in our hands.
Convenient.
By the time we realised what we were seeing and began filming and snapping away, the object had sank out of sight and moved away further into the loch, leaving behind a perfect circle of water, like a whirlpool.
Sighting will be a welcome relief to monster enthusiasts, particularly after reports last year suggested the beast could be dead, as we discussed actually not so long ago. We thought that Nessie might be dead, but seems that we may still have the beast alive and well.
Indeed.
Now then, motherfuckers, what's that noise? Is it a bell at the boxing match? No. This is the story of Marvin Jones, who was clearly expecting the phone call from somebody important, as he felt it necessary to carry the phone into his ring during a boxing match. Yes,
okay.
The fight had to be stopped temporarily after one of the fighter's mobile phones fell out of his trunks. He took the phone into his waistband, but it took just seconds of the first round for it to fall out and onto the canvas. And a rather amused-looking referee then proceeded to hand it back to Jones's corner. It didn't get much better for Jones, who was then knocked out by his opponent. And in
Hashtag LOL.
And in 7 matches, he's been knocked out 5 times.
So he's pretty shit.
Yeah. Maybe he was waiting on the phone call for another job interview.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Morrison.
Now, happy Jesus Day, everyone, because, you know, it's Easter.
Zombie Jesus Day.
Zombie Jesus Day. And I don't know about you guys, but when I was at school, because I didn't really pay much attention during religious education classes. Did you?
Not really.
No. Okay. Well, this is the story of Sister Ludovita, who was given RE classes when she told her pupil, Adam Chelko, aged 7, to come to the front of the class. The overzealous nun then stabbed the schoolboy in the hand with a needle to show him just how Jesus suffered.
Evil bitch.
Yeah, this was in northern Slovakia, in the town of Kšiuke Novo Mesto. She was 30 years old, and she told the unsuspecting pupil to come to the front of the class, took a needle out of her handbag, and rammed it into the boy's hand in front of the horrified class, telling that this is just how Jesus suffered, and he would suffer too if he behaved badly. The boy's outraged mother, Helena, also aged 30, said,
"When Adam got home, he had a wound on the back of his hand, and when I asked him what had happened, he told me that the nun had done it. I was completely shocked. I mean, what on earth was she thinking?" And with Easter coming, I began to worry about what she would do next. Crucify one of the students or hammer a nail into their hands.
A spokesman for the school said,
"We strongly disapprove of this sort of teaching method. When I contacted the sister, she told me that the class had been learning about Jesus Christ and personal sins such as wanking. She added that the children had been invited to voluntarily experience mild pain so as to intensify violence, and also to emphasize with the theme. She had not invited the pupils to prick themselves, gosh, if they wanted to, but were not forced to. She denies stabbing the boy and says he did it himself, the little shit. Either way, this is a very appropriate behavior and will not be tolerated in the school."
And then local priest Peter Holbeker, Andy, what did he say?
"The sister in question has been removed from the school, and I shall be taking the matter up with her personally."
Yeah, man.
Gong!
Gong. Okay. Sorry, crisp. Right. Let's see. Next, we're staying with the church. And we're going to tell the story of Enzo Cacciali, who gave an unusual gift to the Pope this week during a visit to Naples. Pizza maker Enzo managed to get close enough as the Pope would be a whiz past to hand its 78-year-old passenger one of his Pope creations. Gave him a pizza. Gave the Pope a pizza.
Okay.
Pizza for the Pope. A papal pizza.
A papal pizza.
A papal pizza for the Pope. 2 weeks ago, he explained to a Mexican TV channel, Andy, he's Italian.
Okay, there we go. "The only thing I would like is to go out one day without being recognised and go to a pizzeria for a pizza."
Pizza.
Bolognese.
Mr. Cacciali's stunt was filmed by a colleague at the Don Ernesto Pizzeria. Afterwards, the chef is seen pumping his fist into the air as the crowd cheers. Mr. Cacciali told Naples Il Mattino that he used yellow tomatoes rather than red to reflect the colours of the Holy See. It is unclear whether or not the Pope actually ate the pizza. "I'm not going to eat the pizza, as I like the pepperoni, and he has given me the anchovies. Oh, mamma mia. I'm the Pope. Check out my Jesus stuff. I got like a poster on my wall."
A clinger for Christ.
I even got his book. It's got the Bible.
Jesus. It's Jesus stuff. Is that like the stuff that Andy got on his face?
No, that's cool.
You'll soon learn it.
I got his book, but there is no way that he can sign it for me. He can't hold the pen. He got a hole in his hand. Now, this is a story for you, Paul. Bigger isn't always better, as one woman found out shortly after clapping eyes on her husband's massive penis. This is now the story of Aisha Donapois. She done a pois.
She done a summit.
She has 3 children from a former marriage and has filed for divorce in Sharia court after finding that her husband's penis was just too big for enjoyable sex. According to Nigeria's Tribune, let me just double check. Yep, no, we don't have a quote from him. So Paul, you're the closest that we're going to get to this story. So you can do the voice of Aisha Donapois.
When he came, we had sex, but the experience was a nightmare. Instead of
Hang on, whoa. She's from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Gotta go African, man.
I was going African.
Well, you got to go Africans. You got to go more like this.
Okay. Instead of the sex, it turned out to be something else because his penis was too big.
Which was illustrated in this article by a gigantic marrow. Courgette. Whatever.
Yeah.
Following the unsuccessful sexual encounter, Donapois' mother gave her some medication to try and help her overcome the experience.
Dope, probably.
Yeah.
I told my mother about the experience, but she told me to endure and that with time I will be able to cope. She then gave me some drugs.
Smack, man.
Take this, Harry!
Uncle Voldy, why have you given me drugs? So I can put my massive cock inside you.
What? It'll make you loose, Harry.
Yeah. They're poppers, Harry.
Loosen up.
Yeah. 2 days later, the couple tried to have sex again, but the experience was
too much to bear. It was then I knew that I could not continue with the marriage because of the sign of his penis.
The sign?
Oh, the size of his penis.
Donapois' well-packaged husband, Ali Mazanari,
has not denied the accusation.
Yeah. Like you're going to go into court and go, no, I've got a really small cock, really.
Honest, Your Honour. But he's now insisting that he'll only dissolve their marriage if she pays him 60,000 Nigerian naira, that's roughly £200, to recover the costs of the dowry and their courtship. Nice, good lad. And I love that behind that, below this article, there is a video called "Is Your Penis Normal?"
Yeah.
With a photo of a pricked sausage. Yeah, so is Kath going to leave you, Paul?
I somehow doubt it.
Ladies. Okay, and finally this week we've got a story for Andy.
Have we? They didn't open this.
You know, I have seen this headline.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
funnily
the
enough,
story.
I actually found this clip separately and thought, oh, you've not put this on.
Yes. This is the story of Jose Alberto, who was found at his home dead.
Of where, sorry?
You what?
No,
who was found at home dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
His name is Jose Alberto.
Yeah, the rotting remains of Alberto were discovered in his home after neighbours reported a foul smell coming from the building. Police forced their way into the home in San Jose del Baquer, eastern Argentina, and were stunned to discover the 58-year-old shepherd lying dead. Next to him lay a scarecrow that had been dressed up as a woman, but wearing a strap-on sex toy.
He died, fucking Worzel Gummidge.
Just let me put on my sexy head, Aunt Sally. Will you fuck me? I'll fuck me. Goodbye, horses.
The claw maker made me this way.
Yeah.
Puts the lotion on its skin.
And I think it's the horse again. Right.
Come here, Dolly.
No, there's a prosecutor for some reason. I don't quite know who's being prosecuted in this, but his name is Rodolfo Moore. And Moore. Okay. Moore said, I initially thought they were two buddies, but then I realized one was a scarecrow wearing lipstick and a long-haired wig. It was lying next to the deceased and had a 6-inch shriveled penis. There were no signs of violence, and we are working on the assumption that the man died having sex with the scarecrow. Straw had been stuffed inside the old clothes that had been sewn together to make the scarecrow, and we are now waiting on the results of the autopsy. Neighbours said that the man, who is known to live alone and had no mobile phone, was often seen as a loner. No shit. So, are you gonna get your scarecrow out then, Andy, or?
I left it in the forest.
Never mind.
It's alright, I'll catch something in my shower fridge.
Okay. So, what have we learned this week then,
Oh
Jack?
boy!
Yeah, what have we learned this week?
Well, let's...
Don't fuck Worzel Gummidge.
Never keep a salmon in a fishbowl.
And The Dredger would be the best TV show in the world. Okay.
Next to Gilding the Lily.
Yes. And of course, Legs and the Wheelman at 9. Okay, so that will be the Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds for this week. If you want to get in touch with us, maybe suggest some TV shows for our 50-Foot Nerds TV station that we apparently have come up with, then get in touch with us. We're on Twitter at 50-Foot Nerds, or you can email us 50footnerds@gmail.com. I'd love it if anyone wanted to create some like artwork or something that would go along with any of these TV shows. Speaking of which, I need to get on to Eminem versus Paul, Dawn of Justice. We've also got other ways to get in touch with us. Of course, we are on Facebook. Go and like us on Facebook. We love that. We're on YouTube, where you can see videos such as Andy's Easter surprise. We've got a Patreon account. If you go to Patreon and support us, become one of our patrons, then you will get early access to future videos and other special features such as Andy's music and other things that we're going to be doing that are in the works, including something I need to speak to you guys about after we come off air. That is actually quite exciting now that because I've been thinking about it over the last couple of days. I meant to tell you yesterday, Paul, and I forgot. Yeah, we have, of course, our own individual Twitters. Mine is at Mike G Bell.
Mine is at Lots of Exoff.
Your turn, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I spaced out a second.
Mine is at Alltown Scouser.
And until the next time, then, my name is Yatagong, and welcome to Gilding the Riri.
My name is Dredger.
And I'm the Tubeway Army.
What?
It's a Gary Newman reference, you Philistine.
Oh yeah!
Go back and do that again. Right, okay, right. Andy, you can't be Dredger, because Paul needs to do Dredger in the voice.
Oh, okay, fine.
Paul has established the Dredger voice. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to find something else to do. Okay.
Fine.
Until next time, then, I am Yatagong, star of Gilding the Riri.
I'm not allowed my own name.
And I'm Dredger.
I thought you were going to say
Friend
more.
of Paul and Bill. Have you met my salmon? Her name's Margaret.
Until the next episode of 50-Foot Nerds, don't forget to catch us on Lexicon Pod, and we'll see you soon. Geek out.
The tugboat, for its size, is the most powerful craft afloat. And the star tugs are the power behind the docks and waterways that make up the big city port. This is Tugs.
If you've enjoyed the nerddom in your ears, then please follow us on Twitter at 50footnerds, or email us anything except spam at 50footnerds@gmail.com.
Okay.
Come on, legs.
I'm in the car. I got to drive me some legs around.
That's right. I've got a boot full of legs. I'm
a leg chopping motherfucker.
When I'm not doing my stunt and driving, I'm a prosthetic salesman. Those are the legs. It isn't a model. It's just this bloke who makes bat. You know, like the bat utility belt. He's got those, but it's all like prosthetic limbs. So he's
got like a resuscitating hand all in the car, just with like prosthetic arms.
He's
and
like,
legs
we need to go. The model's there, the model's there, and she's like, we need to get up the building, how do we do that? He's like, don't worry, pulls a false leg out of the boot, throws it up, and the grappling comes out of the heel.
That was story, right. First episode, he's a retired stuntman who's down on his luck. He's gone to a strip club just to spend his last few dollars. She's a stripper whose world is falling apart. And then one night, the gangsters who were in the club decide to shoot the place up for the insurance. But she gets caught in the crossfire. She takes a bullets across her legs. Her legs are knackered. They're about to fall off. Luckily, his cousin is a retired limb salesman. He gets a couple of prosthetic limbs, chops off her legs, put the new ones on, and they decide to go out and start fighting crime. His life's reinvigorated now as his stuntman come a secret private detective, and she's got a new job now where she is like a bionic woman with two new legs, and she goes out with him to fight crime.
So it's kind of like Planet Terror then.
A little bit, yeah, except without the machine gun and more stunt drivers and less zombies. So no, it's not unlike Planet Terror.
Apart from the woman with the false leg, I guess.
Yeah, apart from the fact that there's one person with a replacement limb. Yeah, it's exactly the same. Yeah,
it's like that clown I saw that was like the small clown, and it was exactly like an episode of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, because he was small.
Yeah.
Yeah. The psychotic potato dwarf. Yeah.
Psychotic potato dwarf.
Yeah. Yeah. Paul, do you have any TV shows that you'd like to put us on our channel?
Not that I can think of right now.
Okay, we'll have a think.
Yes.
Right, guys. I am going to mosey off to my bed. Well, I'm already there, but I'm going to get inside it and close my eyes.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
I'm going to get inside you in a minute. Ooh!
Wow. On that bombshell.
As Dredger said to a dolphin.